am surprised that you agreed to do it. Why are you sitting down with us today?
I'm very tired of all of the lies. I've been hearing things and, and seeing things on the blogs and, I'm just tired.
What are the lies that you're hearing that disturb you most?
Oh my God. All of them.
Have you done anything that you regret? Have you done anything wrong?
Lots of things. Lots of things. Lots of things wrong when it comes to women. Handcuffing people, starving people.
Handcuffing people, starving people.
In his mind, everybody's lying. I said, but there's so many people who are telling the same story. And he kept going back. I said, but the women don't know each other. He said, how do you know they don't know each other? On social media, you're connected. He thinks everybody's trying to do a book deal or they're trying to do...
All you have to do is push a button on your phone and say, R. Kelly did this to me. I have been assassinated. I have been buried alive. But I'm alive.
I'm fearful this guy could hurt himself. I mean, his back is against the wall. He is financially in very serious trouble. He couldn't afford his bail. He couldn't afford child support. So today he was arrested on this.
This is not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it. And I can't do it. And I can't do it. What? Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. All you have to do is push a button on your phone and say, R. Kelly did this to me. I have been assassinated. I have been buried alive. But I'm alive.
I'm so sick of giving Robert Kelly dog get it. This man constantly and consistently has proven that he deserves all the credit he deserves for being stupid. Okay, if you haven't heard, Robert Kelly sat down for an interview with Gayle King.
This is not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it. And I can't do it. And I can't do it. What? Y'all just don't want to believe the truth.
Bridge to Captain Picard.
Go ahead.
We've just received word from the fleet. They've engaged the Borg.
Mr. Data, put Starfleet frequency 1486 on audio.
Aye, sir.
Stan is not a great Eminem song.
No, I did not say Stan is not a great Eminem song.
What did you say?
What happens when a masked producer and a headphone-wearing comic book artist get together to talk music shit, comic book shit, and political shit on the internet? Monty. Hannibal the Beat Animal. Hannibal and Monty shit show. Holy shit. My name gets to be in the title this time. Hannibal and Monty shit show. Why is my name second? What kind of shit is this? Hannibal and Monty shit show. Let's talk some shit.
Get your shit together. Get it all together and put it in a backpack. All your shit. So it's together. And if you gotta take it somewhere, you know? Take it to the shit store and sell it. Or put it in a shit museum. I don't care what you do. You just gotta get it together. Get your shit together.
There we go. We should be live now. There we go. Look at that. Hannibal, take it.
And we are live. Welcome to Hannibal and Monty Shit Show. I am Hannibal the Beat Animal.
And I am Monty.
And this is episode 24. Maybe an episode about...
I don't like his ass.
Or.
Can you stop? Can you just stop? Can you just stop? Can you just stop?
There we go. There we go.
Play the first title one more time.
Yeah. Zoe, hit us with that first title again.
I don't like his ass.
That's funny. I'm glad that we watched 23 Tyler Perry movies so we could get that 1 2-second soundbite.
Yep, I know it's worth it. That might, once I bring the soundboard back, that soundbite may stay.
I bet you. Yeah, it definitely will. It does not make it worth it, but it definitely will stick around.
Yeah, we earned that soundbite. That's like leveling up in a video game, and the one weapon that you get that's like mid-grade after all that leveling up and doing all the special tasks. We earned that soundbite. This is what we get for that soundbite.
You know what I've always hated, like when you're playing a game and like you level up, like you get a weapon and then you spend all this time leveling that bitch up, like you spend all your money or your experience points or mana or whatever the fuck you got to use to get that shit leveled up. And then you get the shit leveled up, and then as soon as you get it to like its peak maximum efficiency and lethality, then they offer you another weapon that's more powerful than that in its resting state. Yep. And then you do the process all over again.
Yep. I'm with you on that. So, yeah. But you know, enough of the banter with us. Let's kick this show off. First, I want to say welcome, shitheads.
Yes, what's going on, everybody?
It is fucking great to see all you guys. I'm not watching the chat right now. I'm trying to keep on point and get all our shit out. Hannibal's watching the shit. Let me know if the shitheads say something fun. I'll be in the chat once the show gets going again, though. But once I get past this, but welcome. And first off, since I'm welcoming the shitheads, I want to shout out our newest patron on Patreon.com. And this person added us on the Shith Lord level. And it was, oh shit, I'm sorry, dude.
The shit Lord.
Shith Lord, like Sith, Sith Lord, but Shith Lord.
Shith.
Yes,
Lord.
Shith Lord. And
like if Mike Tyson had to take a shith.
Yeah, or if Mike Tyson became a Sith.
Okay, yeah, he would probably say shith.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. So this person, shout out to our new patron. His name is Will Jones. Thanks. Yeah. And as a shit lord, what this dude gets is awesome stuff. Like starting Monday, he gets to watch me go live while I lay out graphics for the shit shows. You know how I always put Hannibal masks and Monty headphones on random pieces of art? You're welcome, Hannibal, for this piece of art, by the way.
You can go straight to hell. Is what I got to say about that shit. So.
Yes. Like, he gets to do shit like that. He also, on our Discord, gets the status of shitflinger. And we're terrible at shit Discord right now, but y'all want to go to Discord. I'll give that out in a second. He also gets physical printed copies of Sentry. Even Hannibal and Shayla don't have that shit yet. But yes. I'm going to mail that shit to you. I got you covered.
I'm just a little bit completely annoyed by that, too.
I'm mailing it to you when I mail it out to the shitheads that joined us on Patreon. So
I got you. Okay. So I'll get it eventually.
Yes. You'll get it when they get it. I'm going to be on this shit. So if y'all want to be part of shit like that, just find us at patreon.com/5H1T. Support the show, because we will do way more awesome shit when you support the show. And also, we're live streaming on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook, which is facebook.com/Hannibal and Monty. Follow us on Instagram, 5H1T Show. Twitter, 5H1T Show. Discord is discord.me.5H1T Show. You see a pattern developing here. And also, please go to power5150.com and check your app stores. And get the app. If you like hip-hop, right now that station is broadcasting, playing music 24/7.
Yes. I got to shout out Shigro, because he noticed instantly that I'm slightly hoarse right now. And he was like, you need honey and lemon juice for that voice, Hannibal. And you're absolutely right. I do. But check it out. The reason I'm losing my voice is because I was so angry after watching this Madea family funeral movie that I literally started losing my voice talking about this bullshit.
Yep. Oh, we got stories about that. We're gonna get into that. We gotta we're gonna dig into some of this other shit. But yeah, we got shit to talk about this movie.
Yeah. Oh, we definitely got some shit to talk about with this mother.
Before we talk about that shit, let's talk about what's coming up next.
Up next.
Here it comes. Get ready for it. Get ready. There we go.
just enough of the audio so that we don't get flagged for infringement. I like it.
Exactly. It's perfect. So coming up next, we got this episode we saw a movie we didn't want to see.
Yes.
But next week.
You guys. Wait, hold on. Let me do this. Like when we did last month's torture episode, our Streamlabs goal was like $300, and because we made that Streamlabs goal, so last month's torture challenge, me and Monty had to watch all 23 Tyler Perry movies and talk about them shits, and it was a long ass process, and it was a long, frustrating show to do. You know what I'm saying? We had our good friend Tony Cypher Greer on the show, and I was so mad afterwards. I didn't even watch that show yet. All right, so I definitely felt some type of way. But because we met that Streamlabs goal, that we had to go see the new Madea movie. So if we meet the Streamlabs goal this month, then Monty and I are going to do something else for you guys.
Yeah, we are going to, or I'll explain it when we get to the torture episode. But yeah, we got something cool coming up for you. But
next week's episode, we are Monty and I will be joined by Texaria and Billy the Fridge from the Drunken Peasants.
Yes.
And
Billy's a really sweet boy too.
He's a very sweet boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a peasant's joke. If you don't get it, don't trip. So it's a very sweet boy. So that episode, so Monty and I came up with the idea of reviewing and ranking all of the female superhero movies that have come out that are based on comic books. What Monty and I did not realize, though, is that there are 39 that we counted, 39 female comic book movies that are out. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick 7 or 8 of those movies and then review those 7 or 8. And we're later on tonight, because we actually were supposed to have this done earlier, and I dropped the ball on that. We're going to do a poll where we allow you guys to vote on the last 2 movies that we watched. All right, and you can vote on Facebook, you can vote on Instagram, you can vote on Twitter. Where else can they vote, Monty? They can vote here on YouTube, right?
Here on YouTube. Since we hit 1,000 subs, and thank you, we now have access to the community tab. We're going to start using that for votes and for you to grade movies. And I haven't confirmed this with Hannibal, and don't take my word on it, because Hannibal might have issues with it, and it might not work for him. But in my mind, that's where we are.
No, it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
So, Ty on the Track was good, homie. I see you. You know what I'm saying? I like to shout out all the shitheads as you guys are popping in.
Yeah,
so
just like we'll shout you out as you add us to Patreon. Patreon.com/5H1T.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're gonna so that's next week's episode. Is we're gonna rank 7 female comic book movies, and for sure we're talking about Captain Marvel and
I Killed Giants, Josie and the Pussycats, and Atomic Blonde,
and Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Right. And they're going to be 2 or 3 more movies that you guys get to pick. So we're going to go through the list of 39 movies. I'm going to put a bunch of them in a bag. Like, and pull out like 5 or 6 choices, and you guys are going to vote on those 5 or 6 choices. And whatever comes out the bag, and then later on in the year, we'll do a couple more of the female superhero episodes, so that way we can go ahead and knock out all 39 of those movies.
Yes, and also I want to reply to Thrift Store Dan real quick. He said he wants to hear Billy go in on a Hannibal beat. I do too, but we have to make it work. I will do my best to test all this shit so that Billy can go in on a Hannibal beat. He might be the first hot shit or not shit.
Yeah, we've been working on a new segment called Hot Shit or Not Shit, where we bring on random rappers and let them rap on my beats. And I very much hope we can get that together for next week's show with Billy the Fridge. So.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do my best to get that working. So I'm gonna call random people on Zoom, or if some of you shitheads pop up in Discord and we're live at the same time, I might test this shit with you. So we won't be live. We'll just be hanging out and chilling. Add us on Discord.
Hell yeah.
So
that ought to be yeah. So and to answer to answer Dim 302, we are the episode like yesterday's episode was supposed to be us talking about black rappers that black people don't listen to, and we kind of ran out of real estate on that one. So we're gonna do that episode not next week, but week after next.
Yeah. This is the first time ever that we didn't get to a topic, and it was a topic we wanted to talk about so bad that we're gonna do a redo. Different title, totally different show, but we're gonna revisit that topic.
Yeah. So, feel free to tune into that, because that's going to be fantastic. And this month's torture episode, Monty and I are going to have the shitheads. You guys find terrible cover songs on YouTube and then send them to our, we're going to send them to the Creole Alliance page?
Yes, send them to the Creole Alliance. It's creolealliance@hotmail.com. If the link is not in the description, I will add it. Copying and pasting it right now. Email the Creole Alliance with bad cover songs, because we want to do this blind. We want to go into the show not seeing the covers before we watch them live on the show.
We are literally going to check them out live on the show, and we're going to talk about them. So, the cringier and the most fucked up you can find it, the better. And, worse for us, because, so whatever videos you guys find, send us over, and then we'll be able to, and then we'll listen to them. And if we meet our Patreon goal this month, I am going to take one
not
of
Patreon,
those,
Streamlabs goal.
Streamlabs. I apologize. You get our Streamlabs goal of, what is it, $200 this month?
Yeah, I think it's 200.
Oh, look, we're 2% of the way there.
2%. 2%. Yes.
Be there in no time. So if we meet that goal, I am going to take one of those terrible cover songs or one of those terrible videos, and I am going to make it good. I'm going to produce it and remix the fuck out of it and make it some quality, listenable, amazing shit. So, if you guys don't want to,
are we gonna let the shitheads vote on the one that you make good?
No. Come on,
I'm trying to figure out how much we're gonna stack the deck against you.
I mean, you definitely trying to stack the deck. Shit, I'll take the challenge. Let's do it. I'll do the Pepsi challenge.
All right. Well, there we go. You heard it here.
Yeah.
You heard it here. So
yes, it is. So I said it live. So I gotta commit to it now. So that's
so fuck it. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
See how we make decisions? That's how we do it. So hit us up on Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Hannibal and Monty Show. The link, Nightbot should be sending the link. Nightbot is no longer a mod because Nightbot keeps fucking up whenever I make Nightbot a mod. Nightbot just gives links.
It's like Nightbot is like the PC police. It just kind of like anything you say, it has a problem with.
Yeah. And it's like, dude, you don't know where you are. As I said on the last episode, if you're being polite, you're being rude.
Yep.
So,
and we're gonna get that on a T-shirt that you guys can get at some point. You know what I'm saying? We're working on all kinds of very cool merch.
Yes.
So we'll have.
And don't be scared when I say this, but R&D is actually working on a website right now for us. Don't get scared about it. Don't get scared about it. There will be shirts and merch.
I'm already nervous. So that's the torture episode. That's next week's episode. So you guys are caught up. And tomorrow night, Monty and I will be on the Drunken Peasants.
We'll be on the Drunken Peasants and the Geek Room.
Yes.
We're gonna be on whatever the regular time is for Drunken Peasants. I'm still working with Frank to figure out our time on the Geek Room. I haven't figured that out. They're doing their 24-hour stream tomorrow, which I'm excited to be on. But we double booked some shit because life moves super fast.
Super duper fast.
And I looked back and I said, Hannibal, you know what? We double booked Saturday. So we got to figure that shit out.
Yeah, so we're going to figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But we'll be on both. Like, we'll make it happen because...
That's what's up next.
That's what's up next. So, and before we move further, we gotta do some shit now. So here's where I want to go first. I got some shit to talk about a shithead. So one of y'all shitheads needs to come to the top of the chat. I don't think you're in the chat right now, but you're gonna see this after. And y'all get to listen to this shit. Yeah. So
we're not gonna say his name, but
yes.
There was an issue with. I don't want to say an issue. Well, no, it is an issue.
Yeah.
on one of our episodes, we were talking about Black Panther and some comments. So he left some comments in the chat about the movie, and we read a lot of the stuff that he had to say, and then on a separate video he made a post about Black Panther specifically relating to something that I said on that episode.
Yeah. But before we get to that, I want to clarify some stuff. So, all you motherfuckers right now in the chat, all you shitheads, we fucking love you.
Right.
And we love interacting with y'all. Even shit like this. Like, that's why we do this. We're doing this, and we wanted people to come and love our shit and want to interact with us.
Yeah.
And comment section in the chat, and both of us, we both get in and we try to respond to all your messages. I apologize that I've been slow this week. There's some messages that are sitting there with no replies. I will get to you. At the point we are now, I can reply to everything, and I will. I'm getting in. I'm going to say something to all of y'all. But the problem comes in, sometimes people get in the messages and like to write a fucking novel. And I'll read all of it. I'll be like, all right, let me put a pin in that. I'll read it when I got a second, when I'm waiting in a waiting room or something. I'll sit and I'll read all this shit. I'm not going to reply with the sequel to that novel. But I'll reply. Unless you say some shit like what I saw in a couple of these comments where I see one of my favorite things in the world, a teachable moment.
Yeah. And that's what this is. This is a teachable moment. I'd also like to point out that Shigro said that it's, so we're calling it the corn of the shit. And I kind of like that, like corn in the shit. You know what I'm saying? Whenever we have to do this.
Yep.
I like that.
Yes, the corn of the shit. The corn of the shit. That's what this is. And Adam, I'll deal with you later. You want me to call you out on the show? I won't be nice to you when I call. This person I'm calling out, I'm being nice to you. I want you to know that you are still a welcome shithead. You have not lost your shithead status.
Yes.
Like, we love you, but we want to address some things publicly.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Adam, different story with you. I'm watching you. We got beef.
He said, I'm watching you. That's funny. That's funny shit.
So let's get into some of this shit. So and look, before I go, like, all this comes from Black Panther talk, and this is something that whenever we start talking about how much Hannibal and I both love Black Panther, there's always someone that steps up and they go, well, it's not that great.
There's some white people.
Yeah.
Some white people. Let's clarify. There's some white people that'll chime in and say the same white people that's saying that Black Panther's not that good, the same people that are shitting on Captain Marvel right now. So
yeah. And look, I want to clarify. If I want to go deeper into it. If you genuinely just didn't like the movie, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. We're not judging your opinion, and I'm not judging this person's opinion. If this person didn't like the movie, that's fine. There are just points that I want to go in on that rub me the wrong way, and the points went beyond the movie for me. I'm not here to talk about the Black Panther movie. I'm just here to talk about some shit that I feel is just not okay to step that far over that boundary. So that's where we are. Like, and we also want to create an environment where if you are watching the shit show and you're enjoying the shit show and you are a shithead and enjoy being a shithead, we welcome you. And your opinion is welcome. So if you hear us say some wrong shit, you want to challenge us? I welcome being wrong.
Yeah. Come
and tell me when I'm wrong. Like, let's talk about it. Prove me wrong. Unless you're Adam, fuck you. No, don't be mean to Adam in the chat, though. He's actually a cool dude. I'm fucking with him.
Yeah, Adam's cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? I have some of my best political arguments with Adam. So you know,
yeah. Don't give him hell, shitheads. He's a good dude.
Yeah, we you know what I'm saying? We lean in different directions, but he's a cool guy. I love anybody who does their research before they start talking about a point, which actually brings us back to the person.
Yeah, it brings us back here. Like there was a few things mentioned in this comment, and I'm gonna hit on.
And the comment that, like, after he posted it, so he didn't post it on the Black Panther video. He posted it on a different video and then deleted it. You know what I'm saying?
In the video he posted it on, Hannibal told a story. Hannibal, will you please tell that story for the shitheads again?
So like oftentimes when I talk about why I loved that movie, the reason I love Black Panther, I always tell this particular story. It was like the second or third time I had seen the movie, and there was this family that came out the theater, black family that came out the theater, mama, daddy, a bunch of kids, you know what I'm saying? And after they came out the theater, there was this little girl, she's like 6, 7 years old. She was real young. And she says, Daddy, you know what I want to be when I grow up? And he's like, what do you want to be, darling? And she said, I want to be a scientist like Shuri, T'Challa's sister. And it was the first time I had ever heard a child, you know, like a young child, let alone a child of color, tell a parent that she wanted to be a scientist when she grew up. That shit hit me in the feels.
Yeah.
If I was capable of human emotions, I would have shed a single tear like that littering Indian. You know what I mean? I thought it was fucking fantastic. You know, and the reason that's important is because representation is important. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just for context, for everybody watching the show, there are hundreds upon hundreds of comic book movies that exist, right? Of those hundreds and hundreds of comic book movies that exist, there are 39 female superhero movies. You know how many black superhero movies there are? 8. Representation is important. You know, it's important for people to see people that look like them, you know, even in going through different, like, it's important. So anyway, I made that comment.
Yeah, you made that comment. And then, like, there's only, like, 2 points I want to hit on this. And, Mystery Shithead, if you want to discuss this more, do it in the comments or find us on Discord. We'll talk. You're welcome, Shithead.
And I definitely want to talk to you about, you know, because I tried to respond to him a few times on YouTube, and he hasn't responded back to me yet. Because at first I was thinking, I said, oh, maybe he's just trolling us. You know what I'm saying? But after I read how well thought out and well spoken his points were, it's like, no, this dude isn't trolling us. Like, he's serious.
Yeah.
And you know,
and that's the kind of conversations I like to have. Like, this is like, this is where he is. But I want to avoid some of these problem areas. Like what I'm looking at here, like, after you told that story, he posted this comment that said that that surprises the hell out of him. Because black Americans already have a far superior culture to Wakandans. That gave me a little bit of an issue. And, like, he goes on to explain how, as black people, we already have heroes in our history. Like, we have our heroes that fought against, you know, against oppression, like, throughout our lifetimes. And I agree, those heroes exist. But none of those heroes, or wait, let me back up. If we're talking just black Americans having those heroes, white Americans have the same type of heroes that have done similar good, just not in, you know, in the same area.
Yeah.
So they have those heroes coming up. We have those heroes. But you know what we don't have? We don't have a Batman. We don't have a Superman. We don't have the Flash. We don't have a Wonder Woman. Black Panther comes out. We get Black Panther. We get a Shuri. A movie where a little black girl comes out and says, I want to be a scientist because I saw Shuri. And that is what we're talking about. And for you to put that down, I kind of take issue with that.
Well,
like,
specifically what he said was, because I'm looking at it because I want to read part of it. He was like, he said, Black Americans already have a far superior culture to Wakandans. Wakandans are just a bunch of spoiled, selfish jerks who mindlessly follow tradition. Seriously, that's just how the movie depicts them. Claw might even be argued to be the hero for trying to steal their vibranium. Wakandans have been sitting on incredible wealth and technology for thousands of years, watching the world and their neighbors decay around them. They're also foolishly blind followers of tradition, which we can see because of how horrible their government is. They have a dictatorship, which is bad enough, but they also have a leader that is elected through fistfights. And he just goes on to talk about how like Shuri is a shit role model for a young child, because she comes from this very selfish, like, place that just hoards wealth. And I was, okay, first off, let me just say this.
I'll let you go.
Let me say this. The way he saw the movie, it is so unique that like, I don't know if he saw it like that the first time he saw it, or if he thought about it and then chose to reframe the narrative like that. Because that was like some real that was some pretty amazing mental gymnastics to do that. That would be like somebody asking me, "Hey, Hannibal, I've never seen Wizard of Oz. What's that movie about?" And then I would be like, "Oh yeah, Wizard of Oz is about this young girl from Kansas who murders somebody and then joins 3 friends so she can go kill again." That's what he did with Black Panther. Like, he literally saw the movie from a whole different perspective. You know what I'm saying? And it was super weird that he did that, and I don't know like why, or how. So it was just like look, if a child sees that movie and it inspires them to do great things, why can't that be enough? Why do we have to go deeper than that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and a couple points. First, with him mentioning other black heroes from history, I'm like, yeah, we got those. But I don't remember the Halloween where I saw a kid dressed as Frederick Douglass or fucking Bobby Seale or Huey Newton. I don't remember those Halloweens. I don't remember a kid picking those unless they're, from the Boondocks.
Or they got forced to by their parents.
Yeah, like that's not happening. But
you're not going as Optimus Prime. You're going as Frederick Douglass.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? Like, no. I know what he did for us, but Frederick Douglass does not look cool. Although he's got a cool ass fro. Frederick Douglass' fro is awesome.
His fro is on 100. You know what I'm saying?
Frederick Douglass was the Andre 3000 of his time. Yeah. Or Andre 3000. No. We'll go that way.
I see how you did it, and I like the way you did it the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Phoenix Ascar and Brennan. Be ready. I see y'all over on Facebook. I'm hollering at y'all.
Yeah. So I forgot the other place I was going, but there's that, and I lost my fucking thought going in on that shit. Fuck. I just dropped it.
Look, man, with this particular shithead, and I don't want to dedicate a whole lot more time to him than that. It's just like, it's an interesting thing when it's a weird feeling for me to have a white person tell me who black people should look up to. That's a really weird thing.
And that's the teachable moment. Like, that's what we want to tell you.
Like, you're listening to Jay-Z, but you should be listening to Common. I listen to whoever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like you don't get to tell me what, as a black person, when you as a white person tells me that as a black person I should do this, you need to stop saying whatever you were about to say. That's the teachable moment. When that starts coming out of your mouth, just stop.
Yeah, and it's the equivalent of, like, if you ever started a sentence with, "I'm not racist, but," so just know whatever you about to say is probably not good. Just don't even say it.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's all. But like I said, I would like to have a personal conversation with this particular shithead. I'll give you my number. We can talk, and I would love to pick your brain about it, because the stuff that he wrote was deep and insightful. I think it's misguided, but you know, and I'm not even getting into his opinion on the movie. It was just that one specific piece, you know what I'm saying, that I wanted to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah,
you know,
and Chigro said, I hate lots and lots of things, but would never ever tell you not to listen / watch it. That's the thing. Yeah. Like with Tyler Perry, with this episode, this is a great segue. Thank you, Chigro. That's a good segue into this. We're about to talk some shit about a movie that was terrible.
Yes.
But we're not telling you not to watch it.
Yeah, and even with that movie, I tell people all the time, that movie is fucking awful. You know what I'm saying? But don't take my word for it. You know what I'm saying? If you should go see it, make up your own mind. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not going to agree on everything. You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't be wrong often. So
yeah. Well, we're about to get into why we did this, but we're gonna tease it a little bit before we go all the way into it. So the reason this episode is happening is because you shitheads met that stream goal by going to streamlabs.com/Hannibal and Monty. You filled the bar. You made the bar all one solid color at the bottom. And once that happens, we have to do a thing at the end of the month.
Yeah, y'all sensed our pain and our suffering, and it was like, I'll have more of that.
Yeah.
And then made us go see this damn movie.
Yeah. So we did that thing, and that thing was going to see the last Tyler Perry movie. And rather than us, we'll dig more into our experience, but rather than us talking about it, let's just show them what that experience was like.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Shayla, I hope you're watching this because you haven't seen this yet, but this is fucking amazing.
Yeah, you need to watch this, Shayla. Get in. Yeah. Here we go. Check this out.
Let's see, which mask am I going to wear to go see this Madea movie today? This one. Hey, babe, how you feel about me wearing the No Lives Matter shirt to go see the Tyler Perry movie? Got that. Nice. All right, going to see this Madea movie.
I am walking to the fucking theater now to see this bullshit movie.
We are going to go see Madea's big family funeral because our fans, the shitheads of Hannibal and Monty shit show fans, they hate our guts.
Madea's family fucking funeral.
If we get pulled over by the cops because I'm wearing a mask, that'll be funny.
This is not how I planned on spending today until.
I'm not looking forward to this at all.
And this is all your fault. All your fault.
Now, we're going to see the new Madea movie. Is that the best liquor to get through that movie, in your opinion?
I don't know, bro. I mean, you should put in a pocketbook or something. They ain't gonna search your jacket.
Hey.
Preparation for Madea. This motherfucker gave me Crown Vanilla. Turn left.
No, going back. Shayla goes back into the liquor store, and the guy tells her, she was like, hey, I didn't want Crown Vanilla. I wanted regular Crown. And he was like, no, you said you wanted vanilla, not regular. He said, no. And Shayla's like, no, I said I wanted regular, not vanilla. And I'm like, I'm glad I wasn't in there with you because I'd have been like, nigga, you want us to play the video?
Right.
That nigga was about to make me go voluntarily talk to the police. You know how mad I gotta be at some shit to voluntarily talk to the police? The car got stolen. I did not call the police. I called State Farm.
I have actual real Crown.
So yeah, here we go. Let's go see Madea's big family funeral.
But let's do this. There's a Sonic the Hedgehog movie that's coming out. I don't know what to think about that. And there's the bullshit. You asshole. Look at this bullshit.
See this foolishness? You see what y'all made me do? Alright, here we are in the theater. Captain Marvel, Avengers. Look at all these movies. Greta, Tyler Perry. It don't even say the name of the movie, just say Tyler Perry.
Walking into this bitch now, the previews have started, so update after it's done.
I want to know what's going on with my father-in-law. What is going on?
He was so close. Ooh, shut your mouth. Sitting over there looking like Roger and D. Mama.
Are you the Thompson family? Yes. Is he all right? And you are his wife.
I'm making faces at this trailer right now. Can't tell.
A 14-year-old St. Charles boy who spent...
They think this movie is hilarious. They are laughing their asses off.
Ma'am, why the hell you crying? Just cry when I see everybody else cry.
Oh, Lord, he's dead. Joker shirt with all the highs on it. Ha 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 ha. That shirt was the only laughing you seen come from me in that movie. Oh my God, this shit is amazing. This is the greatest movie ever. Like, shut up.
I have seen the last one, and I am
pissed.
No, I'm past pissed.
Trash, 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 trash.
I'm not doing it. Like, I am done. That was garbage.
What are the odds that this nigga AJ is cheating on his wife with his brother's fiance in the same hotel that his daddy is cheating on his mama, and y'all are in back-to-back rooms?
Now the bar's open. That's why I brought a flask.
The level of absurdity here. Stop it. I can't eat something.
Yes. That is what the fuck we did with all the money you gave us. And yes, Beef Swellington.
Yeah, man, look, we got to go through these segments so we can hurry up and talk about this motherfucker.
Yes. Let's get through them quick.
I got some shit to say. I got to get on my mom.
Yeah, let's get through them quick. Like, let's go to the first one. What's eating Hannibal? Y'all get to watch another video. Here we go.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Zoe's not ready. Hang on. I'm jumping the gun. Look, we're moving too fast.
I am just, that movie is so bad. It's so fucking bad, man. It just fuck.
Yeah, it's terrible. Here we go. Here, roll that beautiful beam footage.
Women drivers, people who talk during the movie, customers who cannot make up their mind while ordering food.
They shit on LA. They shit on Chicago. They shit on Miami. They shit on New Jersey.
New Yorkers, Atlanta Falcon fans, possibly people from Alaska.
They hate Canadians. They hate the South. They hate the rain. They hate the snow. They hate murder. They hate crime. They hate fucking everything. They hate the Knicks when they're winning. They hate the Knicks when they're losing.
Indecisive morons. Blithering idiots. Humans. These people have formed a burning question. What is grinding Hannibal's gears?
Hannibal, hang on a second before you roll into what's eating Hannibal. Yes, there is no spoiler alert on this episode. Deal with that shit. We're going to spoil the shit. Madea doesn't die. Continue, Hannibal. Do your what's eating Hannibal.
Yeah. We're spoiling the shit out of that movie. So if you're watching it, then you know. It's you already know what it is. So
yes.
My what's eating Hannibal today is about Tyler fucking Perry. All right? This fucking guy. So the whole time we were watching the Tyler Perry movies last month, I kept asking myself a question. I was like, does Tyler Perry think that he's making good movies? And that's a very important question. Like, because if he thinks that he's making good movies, then you can give him a pass. And it's like, well, not give him a pass, but then you can educate him into being a better filmmaker. But
if Tyler Perry knows that he's making shit films and they're all just one giant fucking cash grab, then that means Tyler Perry is a fucking monster. And I am convinced that Tyler Perry knows that he's making shit films. Right? Now, I'll give y'all a little bit of proof before I say this. I'm not just saying this just to say it, right? So when we went through the 23 Tyler Perry movies, I took a lot of notes on those films, on those terrible, terrible, terrible movies. And throughout those movies, Tyler Perry makes references to good movies, right? He makes a reference to Misery. He makes a reference to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He makes 2 references to An Officer and a Gentleman, Driving Miss Daisy, Thelma and Louise, Training Day, The Horse Whisperer, 101 Dalmatians, Sixth Sense, Psycho, Star Wars, Lord of the Flies, Friday the 13th, Candyman, The Walking Dead, and The Color Purple. Okay? Tyler Perry has seen good movies. Now, at the top of The Family That Prays, the movie that all Tyler Perry fans say that is his best movie or one of his best movies, if not his absolute best film. At the very top, I'm trying to find my fucking notes, y'all. Just bear with me. Just let me find this shit, because it was past Meet the fucking Browns, and then after Meet the Browns was The Family That fucking Prays. There it is. Okay, so right at the beginning of the movie, Sanaa Lathan is getting married to some obscure light-skinned guy, right? He has no name. It's not the point. So in that scene, Taraji P. Henson, who plays Sanaa Lathan's younger sister, is helping her get ready for her wedding, and the family the wedding is being hosted by Kathy Bates's family, and Sanaa Lathan talks about how she doesn't like having the wedding be sponsored by a white family, and she says because it comes across as some real mammy step and fetch it shit, right? As like, they're the token blacks that get to entertain white people. Now, why that's important is Tyler Perry made references to mammy and to step and fetch. Now, for people that don't know about the mammy reference, is back in the day, right, when Hollywood would represent black people in films, they would show people, they had like a couple categories that only a certain amount of roles that black people were allowed to play. They were allowed to be Uncle Toms, they were allowed to be coons, they were allowed to be mulattoes, mammies, or bucks. All right. And one of those characters was a character by the name of Step and Fetch It. Now, black people tend to call it Step and Fetch, but Tyler Perry called it Step and Fetch It, which means he knows the history, which means he is very aware of what the fuck he's doing. Tyler Perry does not accurately represent black culture. Do his movies show an aspect of black culture? Absolutely. Of course it does. Some of those people do exist in real life. Right? And there's certain people that like to tell me, oh yeah, well, I had a Madea in my family. My great grandmother, or my grandmother, or my great aunt was a lot like that character too. And if you believe that, and if that shit is true, then so be it. Tyler Perry is not representing black people in a positive light, because when the major studios like to show black people in film, they like to show, like nowadays, they show black people as gangsters, as buffoons, as athletes, as sex fiends, or as the help, right? And the problem is when Tyler Perry shows black people on film, he shows them as buffoons, sex fiends, the help, the same fucking shit that Hollywood does. And that's the shit that pisses me off. All he shows is black people being their worst selves. And any black people that watch this show that'll be like, that's not true. Black Tyler Perry, no, fuck all that shit. Fuck what y'all talking about, all right? Go through his movies. There are no positive relationships in his movies. Any couple in his movies are fucked up. All the stereotypes that he personifies are fucked up. And the fact that we black people continuously give this motherfucker money. Monty said it best. Black people are boycotting Gucci right now because of the blackface shirt designs that they created. But y'all need to be boycotting Tyler Perry because he's putting niggas in blackface all the time. Tyler Perry, you ought to be fucking ashamed of yourself. You are a goddamn monster, and that's what's eating Hannibal. I'm so over
that what's eating Hannibal gets a clap. Only mostly because you quoted Monty in that.
Well, that was back when I was an English major in college. Shout out to the University of New Orleans where I got my BA. In English and music. That one of my teachers always said, when you can't think about how to end a report, end it with a quote. So I ended it with a Monty quote.
Yes, there we go. We'll take that. And Thrift Store Dan, I'm gonna continue on to the next segment by quoting Thrift Store Dan from his Streamlabs from seconds ago, where he said, "I've got nothing creative to say. Just take my money." Thank you, Thrift Store Dan.
Yo, man, that dude is a fucking monster, man. It's just like the way
Thrift Store Dan, I love him. Why are you talking shit about Thrift Store Dan?
No, I'm talking about Tyler Perry.
All right.
Thrift Store Dan, he's my guy. You know what I'm saying? One of these days we're gonna have to. Yeah, and the way he profits off, and Rockfeast tend to say it best. Yeah, he is certainly profiting off of black culture, and he is representing the worst we have to offer. And it's like, for anybody who's like, whenever people be like, well, what about this one character, or what about this one scenario? And I'm like, so when people went and I specifically tell them, when people that aren't black see those movies, they don't remember those characters or those situations. All they remember is the ratchet. All they remember is the thugs. All they remember is the bitch that got raped, or the chick who had her babies thrown out the fucking window, or the bitch that got HIV for cheating on her husband because she didn't love God enough. You know what I'm saying? That's what the fuck they walk away with.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And look, I'm going to give you this one, Thrift Store Dan, because you could have put this in your Streamlabs. That's a great comment. Tyler Perry is eating the shit out of Hannibal. There you go.
Yeah, it infuriates me, and you know what the issue is, and this will be the last thing I say about it, because Ace Wonder brought this up when I talked to him the other day. The shit that bothers me the most with Tyler Perry is he runs and controls the only African-American run movie theater on the planet. I mean, a film studio on the planet.
Yeah.
And he puts out the most black film and television of anybody, of any studio on earth. He's about to be worth $1 billion fucking dollars. You know what I'm saying? So he's got the biggest spotlight and the biggest microphone. My issue is there's no fucking counterbalance. I don't have an issue with Tyler Perry existing, but where's the counterbalance? Where's the other side of it, to balance that shit out? Because
Chigro says cultural prostitution. Shit.
Yes. That is absolutely cultural prostitution. I love that. That shit's going on a t-shirt. I don't know how we gonna use it, but I'm writing the shit down right now, Chigro. Cultural prostitution. But that's it, because we still got to talk about the movie. Let's go ahead and do fair foul.
Yeah, let's go into fair foul. Let's do this.
Yeah, that shit. I mean, 38 hot. I'm sweating under this damn pool.
Oh, well, we're gonna go quick. We're gonna get into all this. Let's go. Here we go.
Yes. How big are your balls? Okay, Mr. Rashid. Are they ready for the truth?
Yes, they're ready for it.
Just love it.
Okay, what's good? And how do they hurt us? Because they love Phil.
We don't need to give any time to them now, do we?
We're talking about deliverance. See, I'm talking, so many people out there are captives. And I'm talking about homosexual lifestyle. I was delivered from something like that. I was a prostitute for over 30 years. I sold my body on the street corners. See, I can talk about that sin. Hallelujah, because see, I was wrapped up, tied up, tangled up, and I loved it when I was doing it. Hallelujah, God came and purged me. Hallelujah, God made me get it the old-fashioned way. You just turn your soul unto me and I'll use you. But now I can shake for Jesus up under the anointing of the Holy Ghost. Bless you.
Suck my cock, bitches.
God bless you.
Has the Imperial Magistrate reached a verdict? I have. Guilty or innocent. Innocent. Feed him to the
All right. Yeah. Before we get into Fair or Foul, let me say thank you to our newest subscriber, Anna Harris. Welcome to the ranks of the shitheads. Join the chat. Become one of us.
That's tight. That's tight. So shout out to Anna. It's always good whenever we have females subscribe to the show, because I don't want it to be a total sausage fest in our chat. Not that I have any issues with you guys. You know, I love all you guys. You guys are fucking awesome. But, you know, like I said, with just like the Tyler Perry shit, life is about counterbalance. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything can't be just one thing. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, shit gets boring. It gets stale.
Thrift Store Dan says, don't ever shorten this intro. Oh, yeah. All right, see? That's why I like Thrift Store Dan. This dude's an OG. You have been there from the beginning, and you heard us talking about how I think this is too long, and I want to shorten it. So
yeah, we've talked about this shit for quite a while. All right. Fair or foul? So if this is your first time,
the Batman says fair already. But go ahead.
All right, awesome. We haven't even talked about it. I like it. So this is how fair or foul works. If this is your first time joining the show, you know, first off, shout out to all of our returning shitheads that are there. Thrift Store Dan, Vapion. I don't see Reese yet, but you know, shout out to Reese. I know he's out there somewhere. So yeah, and you know, there's a bunch of Emily, Tish, Shayla, Adam, you're there. Adam E and Adam and Buck Lightning, both you.
Yeah,
we got two Adams. We got two Adams and no Eve in the chat.
Yeah, what's up with that? What's up with that? Wait, hang on. Let me read a Streamlabs real quick. He just topped Thrift Store Dan by going 10:01 instead of 10. This is Trevion. Trevion. All right.
Trevion.
He said, "Nice to see a podcast with black people that doesn't fit the standard stereotypes that Tyler Perry represents. I'm drunk as fuck, but this isn't even my final form. Here's just a taste." Bring it on, Trevion.
Hey, that's
bring it on.
Like, you know what's funny? As we saw the name Trevion, I was like, "Oh, that's a black ass name. I like it." Well, welcome to the show, man. We're glad to have you. Johnny Brasco's in the building.
What's up, Johnny Brasco? When are you coming on the shit show?
Yeah, John. We need to get your ass on the show because you're the only person on the show that we haven't had on the show. The only team member of the show we haven't had on the show. So I'm part of a production trio. I'm 1/3.
Fuck you, Adam. Fuck you, Adam. It's not a hairnet.
He called it. He's just fucking. He's been calling you Whoopi all night too.
Oh, man. I know. I've seen it.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. So this is the way fair or foul works, right? The way fair or foul works is every day I do a deep dive on the news, and I'll read various different stories from various different news outlets: CNN, Fox News, Reuters, Infowars, Breitbart, Politico, The Hill, etc. And I'll find these stories, and I will read the story. You know, and then sometimes I wonder if they got the outcome right or not. So I'm gonna read a little bit of the story, and then you guys tell me if you think the outcome was fair or foul. Okay.
All right.
So everybody's good. So I want everybody in the chat, everybody on YouTube, everybody on Facebook, everybody on Twitter. You know, let us know after I finish the story.
Let's establish this shit. I'm gonna watch Twitter and YouTube. You watch YouTube and Facebook.
Gotcha. So we both watching YouTube and then okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'm with it.
All right.
I'm with that shit. And I'm steadily inviting people to watch the shit. Okay. So fair or foul. This story is reported from Fox 5 DC. The principal of New Hope Academy in Hydesville is apologizing after she used the N-word during a Black History Assembly last week in front of a group of students. Principal Joy Morrow, and there's a picture of Joy Morrow. I'm gonna put the story in the chat, so if anybody wants to click on it and see, you know what I'm saying, you guys can click on it. Wait a minute. Bam, there it is. All right, so Principal Joy Morrow said in the press release obtained by Fox 5, the school was scheduled to host its annual Black History Assembly last Thursday when 40 minutes before it started, the keynote speaker canceled. That's when she says she offered to recreate a talk she gave 25 years ago on what Dr. Martin Luther King's teachings meant in her life. The principal grew up in Dubuque, Iowa. That sounds like a place where there's no Black people. She grew up in Dubuque, Iowa, and she said she prefaced her talk with her students that was from 6th grade to 12th grade. She asked them to all come in closer, and she explained to them that she would be giving them a testimony of how she'd be giving them a testimony of how God worked in her life through Dr. King's teachings. She said she told the students when she was that she told them ahead of time that she would use the N-word in her talk, and she would explain what she experienced as a child growing up in an all-white racist community. In her talk, Principal Morrow says in Dubuque, they were still burning crosses in the 1970s. She says she explained to the students that the language that was used during that time was used to engender fear, hatred, and loathing of African Americans. Morrow says during that point of her talk, she used the N-word to explain what was said and how and what that meant to her as a child, the emotional fear it engendered, and she talked about how such language is used to transmit hate to a young child. So, as you can imagine, after she said this, some of the students felt some type of way about it. They went and told their parents, and now their parents, some of those parents are actively trying to have her removed from being principal of that particular school. So the question is, knowing the context of how the word was used and what the scenario was, the question is, should she lose her job? Like, should she lose her job? Is that her losing her job?
Give me the fair foul statement. What is it?
Is that foul? Right.
Her losing her job?
Yeah, like Principal Morrow should lose her job. Fair or foul?
Foul.
You think it's foul that she should lose her job?
Yeah, I call foul.
Go ahead, talk about it. Tell me about it.
I call foul because context. If the word nigger is used in an educational form, you're fine. If she's up on stage going, "You feel me, Jamal, my nigga," talking to students, fire that bitch.
But what if Jamal really is her nigga, though?
I mean, we got to talk to Jamal then. There's a nuance there. Like, let's talk to Jamal and see if Jamal is her nigga. But if it's if it's for education, yes, it's a word that was used. You can't tell kids, don't say the M word. Like, imagine a generation of kids growing up hearing "don't ever say the M word." They don't know what the M word is, so they're walking through the grocery store saying, "I'm not going to say Nutella. I'm not going to say Nabisco. I'm not going to say." I lost M words.
I can think of one right now.
But like, the word has to be heard. Like, it's part of the problem we're running into. My problem is jumping on fucking Overwatch, and I get on with like 6 little white dudes that keep calling me nigger and don't know who I am. I'm like, y'all need to stop. Like, I'm gonna find you. You don't think I can, but I'm about to find you.
Hey, that's right. That's right. I like E Green is an IT professional. Okay, we'll find you.
Zoe said foul. Shit. All right. Noted. All right. Your opinion is valid.
Yeah.
Defend it in the chat. You don't have to say it out loud.
Yeah.
Tell us why foul.
Let's see what else we got. Shegro calls foul. Danny Lisner says foul. Miss Rock Chick 1978 says foul. Hey, Miss Rock Chick 1978, I want to talk to you so much about a mutual friend of ours. Later, not the right time. Rotfi says he doesn't think
shit.
She should. He didn't think she should be fired. Okay.
Yeah.
Dim 302 says foul. It looks like everybody's saying foul right now.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm agreeing with everybody else. I'm also calling foul on this one because, and I say this all the time. Context is everything. You know what I'm saying? And because of how she said it, because she prefaced to the kids what she was going to say and why she said it and how she said it. I personally don't have any issue with it. And I think these parents are bugging, but I think the school district is also leaning away from firing her. I think they're also using this as a teaching moment to a principal. And Yeah. So,
yeah, it's content. Outrage culture is bullshit. Like we're all so quick to get pissed off about somebody. Somebody said, some white person said nigga, but wait, let's tell me how.
Right. Yeah.
Like let's hear the fucking story.
Right. All right. Well, okay, good deal. This might be the first time I think we all like almost across the board all went in the same direction.
Yeah, all of us.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Like even Zoe chimed in with the foul. Like there you go. Nope. She's denying my fist bump. See that? All right. She wouldn't defend it in the chat, but she denied my fist bump. But what's next?
All
she was getting ready for the next one. That's in her defense.
I got you. The next story comes from the good people at Breitbart.
Oh shit.
Yes. This comes from Breitbart. Yeah, when I tell you I do a deep dive on the news.
I love how you say Breitbart and Kaepernick pops up on the screen.
Yeah, right. So, on Friday night's episode of The Shop, LeBron James praised former NFL player Colin Kaepernick for his sacrifice in continuing his protests despite having his sport taken away from him. The Los Angeles Lakers star power forward said that Kaepernick gave up everything after his collusion case was settled out of court for anywhere between 30 to 80 million. The actual number has not been disclosed. LeBron James said, and I quote, Cap still for something that was bigger than him. He sacrificed. How many people can wake up and say, you know what? I'll give up everything I've worked for my whole life for the betterment of the conversation. Oh, I'm going to lose everything I got personally for the betterment of that conversation. That's why we can all sit here. And he said, that's why we can sit here and salute Cap, right? And then he went on to say some other things, right? But
yeah.
A different NFL player, former Kansas City Chiefs player Larry Johnson slammed Kaepernick for taking the money from an oppressor and for signing a confidentiality agreement with the league that prevents him from talking about the whole incident. Larry Johnson called Kaepernick a sellout for taking the money and signing the hush agreement. And Larry Johnson said, and I quote, if your backdrop is going to be the African-American civil rights presence that it brought from the 60s, and you're going to use that for your own causes, you don't sell out. So Larry Johnson's statement, is it fair or foul? Is Colin Kaepernick a sellout for taking that NFL money?
All right. Look, break down how he took the money again. Go simple with it this time. Like, let's simplify this.
All right, as I understand it, right? Now, I've read about this story, but I don't like know it like super off the top of my head. But the way I understand it was, after Colin Kaepernick and his lawyer were able to prove, that the NFL owners colluded to make it where he was unhireable.
Yeah.
Like that no team would hire him, that he would never work again in the NFL. And because he was able to prove that behind closed doors, they basically was like, okay, look, tell you what, they gave him an undisclosed amount of money as a settlement. In return, he no longer speaks ill about the NFL. You know what I'm saying? He can still talk about his cause, but he doesn't talk shit about the NFL, and he got the money. Larry Johnson is saying that he's a sellout for taking that money and signing that agreement.
All right. And what's the fair or foul question?
Is he like Larry Johnson says he's a sellout for taking that money and signing that agreement? Do we agree with Larry Johnson or do we disagree?
We don't. Larry Johnson's foul. We don't agree with it.
We don't agree with Larry Johnson.
Or I don't.
What say you, chat? I'm curious to see what you guys think about that.
Foul.
Like Larry's statement, is that fair or foul? Him taking the money. And I'm trying to think about this from a different perspective. Like, say I went to Subway, right?
Yeah.
And I get into it with the person. I'm like, hey, I want a veggie sub. You know what I'm saying? I want a veggie sub, all the vegetables, no cheese. And he was like, all right, okay, cool. What kind of cheese you want? I said, nah, man. I said, I don't want no cheese. And he was like, "Oh, you don't want cheese? All right, whatever." Then I go to the bathroom, and then when I come back, it's like he rubs his, like he feels like I was a jerk to him, so he rubs his meat all over my veggie sandwich, right? Like, and I don't mean like his like bologna.
Yeah, not his meat, but
I'm talking about his penis.
Oh,
right?
you're talking about his meat, not his meat.
He
All right,
rubs
gotcha.
his scrotum all over my sandwich, and I come back from the bathroom, and he gives me that sandwich. If I'm able to prove that, and I've been talking shit about Subway this whole time, and Subway's like, "Hey, we're gonna give you $30 million, but you can't keep talking shit about Subway no more." Would I be a sellout for taking that money?
No.
So I'm definitely taking that money.
Yeah.
The question is, am I a sellout?
No. No, you're not. You're not,
You think?
because Cap still got his cause. He doesn't need to talk shit about it, the NFL.
Yeah.
And if he's smart about it and wants to talk shit about the NFL, there are clever ways to get people to talk shit for you. Like doing live streams and giving hints and letting people talk shit for you. That's the power Cap has at this point. So it's foul for that dude to say that about him.
Okay. The chat is kind of mixed on this one. Like, Miss
the
Rock
chat is
says
mixed.
foul. Danny says foul. Rot Feast doesn't see anything wrong with it. So I'm gonna say that's foul. Vapion says fair. He says he needs to stand by his conviction that got him that Nike money. He didn't need to bow down to the NFL.
Yeah, but look, I want to challenge Vapion on that, because
I think Vapion's got a good point.
No, I don't.
I'm not saying that I think that would automatically make it fair, but I understand the point that he's making.
Yeah, look, here's my other problem with it. Why Kaepernick doesn't need to be concerned with the NFL. The NFL is not the problem when we're talking about Kaepernick. And we keep forgetting this. We're doing it on this fucking show, and I want to bring it back. Whenever we talk about Kaepernick, it's about Kaepernick and the NFL. It's not about the fucking NFL. This dude took a knee because niggas are getting shot by police. Stop redirecting so it's fair. Give that man his fucking money and let's stay on fucking topic. It's foul for him to say that shit about him.
Okay. All right. Fair. You know, I got you.
Get the fuck back on topic. Why are we redirecting?
Yeah, I hear you. So I'm still calling foul. I'm calling foul on Larry Johnson for saying that he's a sellout for taking the money. I think there's a lot of things that definitely qualify you as a sellout.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that situation is one of them. Like, if he came out, like, I think it would make him a sellout if he took the money and then turned around and was like, the NFL is fantastic and they're doing great things for the community and this and that. That would make him a sellout.
If he took a bunch of money from the cops to say and did a commercial about how great policing is in America, that nigga's a sellout.
Yeah.
Because that's his cause. His cause was never against the NFL.
His cause was against the win. Okay, fair enough.
He was never against the NFL.
As a sidebar, and one day, because one of the things I love about the internet is also one of the things that I think is curious. Nobody's ever, like, not a lot of people have asked me, "Hey, Hannibal, what's up with you wearing a mask?" Like nobody really never thought to ask that question. And there is a phenomenal backstory on why I wear the mask that is related to Red Bull, the energy drink, because at one time they used to sponsor me, but there was a whole lot of drama that went with that sponsorship. And a part of that shit was they wanted, like, basically I got wronged by some people that worked at Red Bull. And I took that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but it doesn't change how I feel about Red Bull or that particular situation. So that's I'm also calling foul on Larry Johnson on that one, just because and it's just for my personal opinion. There's a line, like when you talk about calling somebody a sellout, there's a line that you got to cross. Him taking that money doesn't make him a sellout.
No.
Him taking the money and then reversing his belief and his stances, that would make him a sellout.
Yeah.
Also, we got 36 people watching the show, but we don't got 36 likes on the video. Y'all need to go ahead and mash that like button.
That's true.
You know what I'm
Look, as I like to say, aggressively interact with the like button. Please, please.
Somebody said that Red Bull cut my audio for a second.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, you should be audible now. I wonder if it cut your audio when my audio went out.
I started talking about Red Bull, man.
Oh, shit, it did. Our audio is linked. While they watched me fuck with shit, your audio went out, and then you came back.
All right, let's do the last fair file.
Yeah, let's do the last fair file. And then aggressively interact with that like button. And also, before you get to the next one, I'm going to use this to shill some shit for a second. Please, 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 share this show. We need more shitheads. Tell your friends to come in. Y'all all have friends. Tell them to come hang out in this chat when we go live.
Yeah.
Like, we want to meet them. We want them liking our show. Look, we got to get 4,000 view hours. Y'all are doing that for us.
Also on Facebook, I see Rain is King. What's going on? Abel Black, I see you. Abel Black asked a good question. He said, will he still kneel? Will he still champion the cause? As long as he doesn't waver, then I don't see a problem. Okay, yeah. I'm with that. I'm with that. Go ahead and like that comment.
Yeah. So share our shit. Hit the like button. Like, let's make this the most liked shit show. The show that y'all paid for. Y'all bought this show.
Yeah.
Like, this show would not be happening unless you guys bought it. You guys bought this episode. So I hope we're making you proud.
Oh, yeah. Wait, we still got to talk some shit about Tyler fucking Perry.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. But we're trying to give you all of it. So here we go. What's the next one?
All right. The next one is about The Simpsons. In light of the controversial Leaving Neverland documentary, The Simpsons is yanking one of its classic episodes. According to the Wall Street Journal, the show is removing the 1991 episode called Stark Raving Dad, which features Michael Jackson's voice as a character named Leon Kapowski, a patient Homer Simpson meets in a mental institution who claims to be Michael Jackson. You know, the episode has been a fan favorite since it debuted in 1991, giving the world an earworm in the form of a birthday song that Michael Jackson sings to Lisa Simpson. Lisa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa. Yep. She was fly as hell.
I remember that.
The Simpsons' longtime executive producer James L. Brooks told the publication that in light of the disturbing claims made in the HBO documentary, pulling the episode feels clearly the only choice to make. And he said, the guys I work with, where we spend our lives arguing over jokes, we were of one mind on this. And then, you know, the Leaving Neverland documentary follows the story of two people that were kids at the time, James Safechuck and Wade Robson, that Michael Jackson allegedly sexually abused over a period of several years when they were kids. Michael Jackson's family has obviously denied the allegations. They went to court. Michael Jackson ended up winning the court settlement, but this documentary still got made, and because of this documentary, the Simpsons producers decided to remove the episode from all platforms, including television streaming services and Blu-ray and DVD box sets. And Brooks said this was a treasured episode. There are a lot of great memories we have wrapped up in this one, and this certainly doesn't allow them to remain. I am against book burning of any kind, but this is our book, and we are allowed to take out a chapter. So, The Simpsons removing this episode from history, fair or foul?
Foul. Like, right out, foul.
Yeah, just straight up foul.
Foul.
What say you guys?
Like,
what do you
and while we wait for them, I will tell you my issue with this. I am not for removing art because we do not like the artist. I was about to ask clarifying questions about Leaving Neverland because I haven't seen it yet, but I don't need to see it. if Michael Jackson killed 93 million infants with the power of his dick, I hate Michael Jackson. Don't remove art that had him in it. That art was created. Let it be.
So if he killed 93 million infants with the power of Jesus, that would be okay. But if he killed them with the power of his dick, it's a problem?
No, it's not a problem. For the art, it's a problem. Like, either one is a problem for him. But for the art, like, I don't like this. I don't like where we're moving as a people, where this upsets me. Let's remove every trace of this person from history.
Yeah.
Because who was it that said if we don't learn from history, we're doomed to repeat it? But if we erase history, we can't learn from fucking history. Let it be there. Let people ask, who was the guy that did the voice of this character? Then we can go, oh, this was a shitty person that killed 93 million babies with his dick. He might be funny in this, but this is the shitty person. I think it's bullshit to remove him. Like, why? I don't like cancel culture. That's what this is. It's like, Michael Jackson, we don't like him. He's gone. He's gone from everything. He's wiped out.
Yeah.
So now, years from now, when kids ask, what did Michael Jackson do? They can't look back and see this shit. They can't see the whole picture of Michael Jackson. Just the narrative that he's evil.
Yeah.
Nobody gets to make their own mind up anymore. Foul.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm right there with you. I'm also calling foul on this. And look, I get what the producers are saying. Like, at the end of the day, this is our book, and we can choose to edit it how we see fit. And I agree with that in principle. But the problem is, this is now our culture. This is now, like, that would be like Disney deciding to get rid of Darth Vader. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, yeah. Well, as we look back at his character, he actually really wasn't a good guy. Or we found out that James Earl Jones had a bunch of kiddie porn, under his fucking mattress. So we're going to erase Darth Vader from the history books. It's like, no, nigga. Like, just, I'm all about separating the art from the artist. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly has done some terrible things, allegedly. But the Ignition remix is a dope-ass song. Like, this is what I'm saying. There's going to be some kid that's going to fuck around and cure cancer because they watched Space Jam and it ended with I Believe I Can Fly. And they was like, man, I do believe I can fly or cure cancer. And they're going to cure cancer. And you're going to be like, that didn't happen because R. Kelly peed on a couple little girls. You know what I'm saying? Just because he peed on a few dozen children, anyway, I feel like I'm destroying my own argument right now.
And I want to... Before we go to the next segment, I want to shout out our newest patron at the, I don't know what level this is. I don't have it all in front of me. But I think this is Shit Talkers level. And I won't go through all the things. But thank you, Tech. Just became a new patron. Thank you so much. We welcome you to Shitheadium. I don't know a better word. I'll figure that out as we go. But welcome. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody else. Thank you, brand new patron.
Yeah, it looks like most of the people agree with us. And there's somebody in the Facebook chat that says, I wish I could, Abel Blank says, I wish I could agree with that. But if this is legit, I can't support glorifying the legacy of someone who did evil shit. I understand your point of view.
And I would love to have that discussion. Look, join us on Discord, discord.me/5H1T. I think it's 5H1T or 5H1T show. We will talk with you. Like, I'll come on voice if you're on. Send me a message and we can talk. Like any shithead on Discord, especially if you're a patron. I'll come on and talk to you.
But the whole idea of history trying to eliminate negative things that happen because they're negative is like, it's dumb, because it's, you know what it reminds me of? It's like a parent who's like, oh, you know what it reminds me of? Okay, so when Finding Nemo came out, the first 5 minutes of the movie, fucking Nemo's mom gets killed or eaten or some shit, right? And there was so many parents that were upset that they had to explain death to their children, that Pixar and Disney re-released the movie, and that scene is no longer in the movie. You know, because they're trying to protect their children. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, instead of protecting them, how about making that a teachable moment? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's already a part of history. It already exists. Like, the episode is there. Like, even right now, I'm positive I can get on any of those streaming sites. Like, I can find that shit on 123 Movies or any of the Put Locker and download that episode right now. That episode was amazing when it came out, and it's still amazing now, despite the fact that dude did some terrible shit. And I made this comment with Roman Polanski and The Pianist. Roman Polanski is a monster and did some terrible things, and The Pianist is a great movie. Both of those things can be true at the same time.
Yep. And we got to do better. Like, let's keep this shit going so we don't run too far over. This show we're going a little bit over. Like,
no, we not. We gonna get this one, bro.
All right. Let's do this. Let's go into our very next segment.
Oh, I just gotta say one more thing real fast that I think is fantastic. Mr. Shittles said Homer's been strangling Bart for how many years now, and they're upset about this. I just wanted to say that because I thought that was amazing
for many reasons.
Yes.
I agree with you, Mr. Shittles.
Yes. So
look at that. We agree. Let's move on to the next segment.
Now, in a desperate attempt to fill 24 hours of programming, here's some bullshit that happened. We've got some footage here of the bullshit, which began just after 3 o'clock this afternoon.
That's bullshit.
This is bullshit.
This is bullshit. You know what? This is bullshit.
This is bullshit.
Everything that guy just said is bullshit. Thank you.
That's bullshit, Gary! Nerd!
Okay, music stops. Send the beat, fucking with you. Yep. Little stupid ass, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a.
I don't give a fuck.
That's right. It is one of my favorite segments and the fastest segment we have on Hannibal and Monty Shit Show. It is shit we don't care about. So, just like I
this
said,
segment moves so fast, the chat can't really keep up with it because there's a delay between us and YouTube and Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, it goes super fucking fast. You know, but everybody on Facebook and Twitter, on Periscope and YouTube, you know, chime in, let us know what you guys think. So once again, if it's your first time watching the show, thank you for watching. We're glad to have you finally.
Yes.
The way this segment works, as every day I do a deep dive on various news stories and I grab various headlines. So what I'm going to do is read a headline, and you guys are going to let me know if you give a shit or you don't give a shit. If we have enough people give a shit about the story, then I will read the shit. If nobody gives a shit, then we go on to the next one. And that's it. That's how it works. All you got to do is let us know, do you give a shit or if you don't give a shit. And that's it.
There we go. We go.
Now, because we did a show yesterday, I only have 3 stories for shit we don't care about today.
And thanks for shouting out Zoe. She doesn't get enough love. She is working the magic behind Chigro.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody give Zoe some love. Like, give me some claps in the comments for Zoe. Let her see how good of a job she's doing. But go on, Hannibal.
Also, I gotta shout out on Facebook. We have been joined by Tony Cypher Greer. He was our guest on the Tyler Perry torture episode, and he was fiercely defending Tyler Perry. Tony Cypher Greer was a great guest, and Tony Cypher Greer is featured prominently. I don't say prominently. Tony Cypher Greer is featured in Madea's family funeral. He is in that movie, and if you get all the way to the end of the movie and you watch the bonus scenes, the outtakes, you know, you can see him sitting right next to Tyler Perry. He's sitting right next to Madea. So shout out to Tony. I saw you in the movie, and as soon as I saw you, I was like, that's my motherfucking friend right there. So, you know.
Yep.
Shout out.
Tony,
Yeah.
I think you're wrong as fuck, but good job, dude. I saw you on the big screen. These shitheads paid for me to see you there.
Yeah. And it was cool, like, watching the movie. It was like, oh, shit. Like, you're right next to Tyler Perry in some of them scenes. It's like, okay, that's crazy. So that's dope. You know what I'm saying?
They're giving you love, Zoe.
Yeah, but also, you know, that also explains like why our onslaught was so so vehement. Anyway, yes. All right, so shit we don't care about. First story.
It's not fair or foul, Johnny Brasco. Catch up. Catch up.
Fair or foul. Now we're doing shit we don't care about. So first story. Kate Middleton just explained what it's like being a princess.
I don't give a fuck. No. Keep going.
You don't give a fuck, or you don't give a shit.
Both.
No, you gotta say shit, man. Otherwise,
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Next story.
All right. Let me say the whole thing before you shit on it. All right, because you might.
Okay. Look, I'm gonna mute. Tell me to unmute after you've read it all.
Okay. Are you muted? I can't hear you. Are you muted? Oh, I guess you're muted. Okay. All right, cool. There we go. Okay. This article comes from Elle magazine. What Kylie Jenner and the Kardashian family really think about Jordan Wood's appearance on Red Table Talk. You can unmute now.
I don't care. I've been saying I don't care since Kylie Jenner. See, I know when to say it. You just want to read the whole thing.
I do. I kind of just want. Okay, all right, this is the last story, and this one comes from the good people at Fox News. You know, not the mainstream liberal media. No, I'm just joking.
I don't know what that noise was.
All right. Last story. Prince Harry may be more difficult than Meghan Markle, and that's coming from royal.
I really don't care. No.
Okay.
No, I don't give a fuck. Can we talk about some important shit?
Okay, well, yeah. Now that we've gone through all the shit that you don't care about, now let's see if Monty has some important shit.
Yeah, I got some important shit.
All right, let's do that shit.
So let's do it. Let's see if this video skips. I didn't re-render it yet. Let's see what happens.
FlyingZombies.com, Blog Talk Radio, and Team MFN proudly present Hannibal and Monty's Action News with L. Damon on sports, Keith, the man on the street, meteorologist Scientist Mel on weather, and Hannibal and Monty's Action News anchors, Hannibal and Monty. And now, here's lead anchor Monty with Monty's important shit. Finally!
There we go. I fucking love that intro, and it didn't skip that bad.
It didn't. And I got to point out, all the music on Hannibal and Monty's shit show is produced by myself, Hannibal the Beat Animal, and my production trio, Team MFN, America's mightiest, the Earth's mightiest production trio. Shout out to Ace Wonder and Johnny Facebook Famous Brasco.
He's in the chat. Say what's up to Johnny Brasco, y'all.
Yeah, say everybody say what's up to Johnny Facebook Famous Brasco.
Yes.
All right, Monty, what do you have for important shit today,
all right,
sir?
So, I forgot what I was gonna say. I was about to say something. You took my thunder with that whole thing, but that's all right. That's all right. I'm gonna roll right into this shit. So, Hannibal, do you use Google Docs at all?
Yes, ish. Like I use it, but mostly because I'm forced to. Like I'll go to open certain things, and then the computer will be like, "Hey, you need to use Google Docs to open this."
All right. Well, every once in a while, I'll run into an article. I use it all the time. I'm right now, currently, my bullet points for the show that tells me, you know, make sure you say this, make sure you say that. are written in a Google Docs form that I share with Zoe so that she will look at me and she can side-eye me when I skip something. She's like, hey, you skipped this thing. You should say that. And then I figure out how to work my way back around to it. But I use that shit for that. Or she'll write me a note that says, or highlight it in red and say, hey, don't forget to say this. So she keeps me on track.
Okay.
But I don't remember the article because I tend to dismiss bullshit articles, but this one was so ridiculous that I read it and kept calling it bullshit, but I kept reading it, kept calling it bullshit, kept reading it. It was an article that said that kids are now being bullied using Google Docs.
Huh?
And yes.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh.
Oh, I'm laughing.
Just go ahead. I'm
yeah,
listening.
me and Zoe both laughed at this. And we've had many talks about bullies. But and it's basic cyberbullying, but it's what's happening with Google Docs because it's such a interactive platform. Like right now, I can add you to this Google Doc. Actually, you have access to it. You can jump into this document right now that I have my bullet points on and fuck up the show for me if you wanted to from your computer where you're sitting. But people are using it as chat rooms when their parents tell them when they get grounded from doing certain things, they can get on Google Docs and pretend they're doing homework, but they're really chatting with their friends. So they've used it started being used as a secret chat room, and kids are bullying other kids with it, which I saw it on some parental warning site, like, watch your kids on this. Like, watch your fucking mouth. Like, just teach your kids to be better. Like, if your kid's getting punished that much, you're doing something wrong. Or, like, up the dosage.
Damn, son. All you need to do is get your kids addicted to more drugs. That's it.
I was joking about up the doses. I was joking. Look, so many people. I'm not as sweet of a boy as Billy the Fridge.
We got some new people that just joined. Template, Cypher Linguistics just joined the chat. That's my homie, one of the most talented rappers, singers, songwriters, producers I've ever worked with in my life.
Welcome.
Tennille joined the chat. Billy Northam and DeMarcus Lincoln, one of the dopest producers that I've ever come in contact with, and he would be a great guest to have on the show because he's opinionated AF.
Bring it on. I'd love to have him on.
So I see all y'all on Facebook, what's going on, and I'm also chiming in on motherfucking YouTube.
Yes,
so
yes.
Multitasking right now.
Yes. So I'll move on to the next one since I just got myself in trouble. Probably
that was it. It was just that kid.
That was it. It was just the article was all about Google Docs being used for bullying.
That just seems so just like look, like if I'm a diss a kid in a PDF, like I feel like I should get extra credit for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was very sophisticated.
Yeah, but look, if the bullying came from you throwing Marcus is a piece of shit into his actual report and he prints it and gives it to the teacher, then like we might be onto something, but I didn't see any incidents of that.
But what if Marcus is in fact a piece of shit?
Yeah, then we got a conversation. Right now there's no conversation. This is paranoia for nothing. Like this is like people being scared that their iPhones were spying on them because they finally were allowed to know what permissions and what parts of their phone Facebook Messenger was using. You remember when that came a big thing? This is the same as that. Like, it's been using that forever. Now you give a shit because they put it in print. Like, I already knew. It's fine.
Yeah. Also, I see Yolanda Seeley just joined us on Facebook. How you doing, darling? It's always interesting when I see my coworkers join in on the threads.
Yes.
Yolanda is a big Tyler Perry fan, so when we start talking shit about his terrible
movie,
that's
coming. Like, I got two more check this shits out. Or not check this shits out. Important shits. I'm going to go on to the next one because I think the graphic is up. No, it's not up yet. It's about to come up. So I'll move on to the next one. But before I do, I'll ask you, Hannibal, have you gotten around to listening to Sire, the Jaden Smith album yet?
No, I haven't, and I've heard that album is great. Like, I want to say Johnny Brasco told me that album is mostly produced by this producer named Lito, who is an incredibly talented producer. And I want to say Jeremiah Atkins, the minister of West Virginia, told me that as well. So, you know, he hates that nickname. That's why I always call him that, the Menace of West Virginia. Matter of fact, I'm going to tag this section of the video, timestamp it, just so I can send it to him, just to make him angry. He's the world's biggest Batman fan, and he hates anime. He's a Grammy-winning engineer, and he told me that Saya album is fantastic.
Yes, yes. And look, before I ask you more questions, I'm going to address this Streamlabs from an anonymous donor who says, just wanted to thank Hannibal for ending my fear of black men in masks on wait, one less thing to worry about. Love your show, guys. Thank you, Anonymous. Oh, wait. Platform ID, Mr. Tight. There we go. All right, Mr. Tight.
I'm glad I was able. Look, listen, I tell people all the time, just because I wear a mask, I'm actually very approachable. Matter of fact, I'm going to put on my approachable mask while you start the next. Give me like seconds.
Yeah. I'll start the next one. I was going to ask you another question, like if you've tried the water in Flint lately, and I know the answer is no, but the two things
there you go, the approachable mask.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's approachable?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, because you know, it shows like my whole face. It shows the eyes, the nose, you know what I'm saying? This one got the Michael Jackson nose. Can y'all see it?
All right, I see it. Yeah. That's a Michael Jackson nose. I'm with you.
Yeah, all the Jacksons, as they get older, they all got that same fucking thing going on with their nose. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, the reason I asked about the Jaden Smith thing is he's bringing his water box shit. I don't like calling it shit, but shit's a good thing on the shit show. He's bringing his water box shit to Flint to help get these fuckers water. This story, I'm trying to figure out how it all ties together. I haven't researched it as much as other stories. I've read lots of it, but the fact that Jaden fucking Smith is the one stepping up, doing something about the water in Flint when, you know, there's a government around that should be helping with some of that, bothers me and makes me want to fucking give Jaden Smith a fist bump. He and Jada Pinkett Smith are stepping up and doing some shit.
Now him and Jada Pinkett Smith, are they related somehow?
That's his mom.
I'm joking. I'm fucking joking.
I'm
sorry.
All right. I thought you were serious.
I'm sorry.
Look, your voice is going out. I can't hear your tones.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can't catch your tones. Like normally, I know you were joking, and I'd be like, I'd just sit quiet on it. But yeah, they're but yeah, he's bringing his water box shit. I thought that was a good thing because this fucker's out doing something, and he keeps getting a lot of shit for his choices. And I think it's foul that he's getting shit for his choices. But moving on from that, I'm going to go on to the last important shit story. And I don't have a check this shit out this week. But the last one has to do with, indirectly, with Steak and BJ Day of 2013.
I'm sorry?
Steak and BJ Day of 2013.
What is Steak and BJ Day?
It's a month after Valentine's Day. It was the holiday that dudes made for themselves, Steak and BJ Day. It is March 14th, exactly a month after Valentine's Day.
So you can't see my face, but my eyebrows are very high and surprised.
Yeah.
So
you've never heard of this?
So wait. You can get a ribeye and a blowjob?
Yeah, that's the idea for it. Like you know, chocolates and flowers for dudes, a ribeye and a blowjob.
Just good job.
Shayla?
Good job. Good job.
That's
I would love steak and a blowjob.
Yes.
So
yes.
That sounds wonderful.
Well, Steak and BJ Day in 2013, which that day is actually only 6 days away from today, just so you know. Like 6 days away from today is this year's Steak and BJ Day. So, that's 2019's. But back in 2013, a game came out called Kingdom Hearts. So, Kingdom Hearts was... I immediately fell in love with this game. Like, me and Hannibal were actually talking about this game earlier today.
Yes. While I was at the bank, as a matter of fact.
Yes. So, Kingdom Hearts came out on Steak and BJ Day. And
which Kingdom Hearts?
Kingdom Hearts 1.
Oh, shit. See, that's why that game is so great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even though the game came out before the holiday existed.
Yes.
But still... It's just, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, just real quick, shout out to Steak and BJ Day, because if Hallmark can come up with Mother's Day and fucking Valentine's Day and Arbor Day and Secretary's Day and all these days that don't fucking matter, then why can't we have Steak and BJ Day?
Yes. Exactly.
You know, why can't we have a Mario Kart and Smash Brothers Day? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can throw Kingdom Hearts into that, but
yeah.
You know, and I only realized this tonight that these two things coincided. That's when it happened. And Zoe's typing something somewhere, but I'm not looking at. Are you? No, you're not. All right. You keep looking at me like I'm supposed to read something. All right. All right. Because while I'm going on about Steak and BJ's, like my daughter should not be talking to me. Stop.
Yeah, talk about a teachable moment.
Yes.
That's it right there. That's funny.
But yeah. So
shout out to our lovely producer Zoe. She's one of the most outspoken people I've ever met in my life.
Yes, I know. You guys have heard her many times. Many times. So, but yeah, this game came out. I immediately fell in love with this game. I got this game pretty close to when it came out. Followed it from Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2. I missed all the shit on other platforms I didn't own. But as of this day, I've played every single Kingdom Hearts, including the one that just came out. And as of 2 days ago, for our top story in important shit, I just beat Kingdom Hearts 3.
Hey, congratulations. How many hours did you log in to beat the game?
Oh, way more than recommended. I was at 70 something. It's supposed to be like 30 hours.
Yeah, you like normally a game like that takes about 40 hours to beat 30, 40 hours. If you took 70, that meant you were just taking your time enjoying everything.
Yeah, I was taking my time and leveling up. And I will say, people had complaints about it. I only agree with them on the Frozen level. Spoilers, you have to listen to Elsa sing the entirety of Let It Go.
Oh, that's trash. That's trash. But then the Little Mermaid stage on Kingdom Hearts 2, you know, you have to go through all those bullshit ass songs just so you can get that key.
Yeah, you don't have to play Let It Go. You just sit there, and there's a really cool device where Sora goes, he hears her singing, and he goes, "That's Elsa. We've been looking for her." And then as he's running to her, you watch her sing Let It Go, and it's frame for frame, shot for shot, the same as the movie.
Yeah. You know, at one of these days, we have to do the great Disney episode where we take all the Disney movies and rank them from best to worst. Because I say that because there's a lot of people that love Frozen and feel like Frozen is the greatest Disney movie of all time. They are fucking wrong.
They're wrong. I love Frozen, actually. I think Frozen's really great. I'm not going to talk shit about it.
Yeah,
not
Frozen
the best. No.
Yeah. It's not the best.
It's by far not the best. But with that being said,
Juwan Hart said it best. Frozen is the new Little Mermaid level. Yep, absolutely.
Yep, that's exactly what it was. But the game, I thought the game was great. I'm still playing it. I'm trying to get the Ultima Keyblade right now. So if I wasn't on the shit show right now, I'd be trying to get the Ultima. So, did I lose everyone?
No. We're still here. I'm still here.
Yeah. If I wasn't on the shit show right now, I'd be trying to get the Ultima. I thought I knocked the mic out. So, but yeah, that's my top story. My top story is either important or check this shit out, or the dead fish of, hey, look what I did that nobody cares about. So let's move on.
Yeah, Abel Black on Facebook said Frozen wasn't good enough to be labeled the best, right? And I think what happens is when new shit comes out, people be like, "Oh my god, this is the best ever," because it's the freshest, newest thing that I've seen. Like when Aquaman came out, I had a couple people on Facebook say that Aquaman was the best comic book movie ever made. I was like, "You lying sons of bitches!"
Research and development thinks it's the best. What are you talking about?
Does R&D really think so?
For the purposes of this show, yes.
All right, cool. I got you. All right, we finally arrived at the moment.
Yes,
where we get to talk about the foolishness, the absurdity, the paradoxical mirror into Black Americans' lives, the sunken place that is Madea's family fucking funeral. Let me get my notes. I have notes.
I got notes. I have. I'm kind of feeling like I said what I needed to say in that video. First off, let me just address the chat right away, much like we did in the very beginning. Except instead of talking to one of you, we are talking to all of you, except those of you that started watching this show after the Tyler Perry episode. Y'all are safe. Everybody else, I'm talking to you. And this is important. Look right here. Look me in the eye. Fuck you.
Yeah, everybody that donated money to make us have to go see the foolishness that is that movie. So look, and let me do it like I always do. Madea Family Funeral. It has a 4.5 on IMDb. It has a 14% on Rotten Tomatoes. It has a 39% on Metacritic. It cost him $20 million to make. And so far, and keep in mind, the movie just came out, right? So far, the movie has grossed $34.1 million. So that number is going to probably get to like the 60s or the 60s or 70s before it's all said and done. Because the movie's only been out for like a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? And the film pretty much got negative reviews across the board from critics, but that does not stop. Like, Tyler Perry's movies are like Tyler Perry's fans have a resistance to the kryptonite that is honest criticism about his films. Okay, they are like it's like a new drug, like a drug resistant strain of herpes or chlamydia that his fans have when it comes to his movies. They do not care what anybody else thinks. They think those movies are good and they're going to continue to see them and give him money. There's a running joke on South Park where Tyler Perry pops up as the Madea character, right? And every time he says something, Token is the only person that laughs, and then he goes in his wallet and gives Madea some money. It is just the man. Oh.
Yeah, I like what you saw in that video we played at the beginning. I personally was not acting. That was real. Like, I got up that morning and I'm like, I gotta go fucking watch this Madea movie. That was the thought I had when I woke up because I knew that was the day.
Yeah. Also, shout out to JC Walker. What's good, JC? JC's an artist here in Atlanta that I am supposed to work with, and I have not worked with yet. I apologize for that, sis. We're going to work that shit out sooner than later. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to make that shit happen. But, yeah.
And look, before I go further, thank you, Tish, for pointing out to Penultima that, yes, you guys paid Tyler Perry. Through us. Like, we weren't going to pay for it. But, like, we thank you because actually you did upgrade the show a bit. Like, there's some new shit going on here because of you. Thank you. But we also had to watch that movie. There's a price to pay for this shit to get better. That's what's included in the stream goals, which is why they seem kind of high, because I want there to be a positive to the pain.
Yeah. That shit is like, that movie is. Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I'll go first. You have more to say, and I'll interact with you.
I definitely got a lot of. Oh, and just so y'all know, the Jesus meter for this movie was 24. And if you're unaware of what the Jesus meter is, when we were watching the Tyler Perry movies, Shayla and I kept tabs on every time Tyler Perry made a reference to God or Jesus or the Bible, but we do not keep count on things that are said inside of a church. If they're inside a church, we don't count it. So they reference God or Jesus in the Bible or church 24 times in this movie. So just so you know.
Really?
So if you're an atheist,
y'all were counting while you were in the movie?
Yes, I was counting while the movie was going on.
All right.
Yeah. Shit is tough. And I mean, that's bad, but there's like some movies that like 24 is a lot, but there's some of his movies that get into like the high 60s or the low 70s.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you also got to keep in mind, there are large swaths of this movie that just take place inside of a church. So if you were to add those parts up, it was just like the actual funeral scene itself is trash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
the whole movie is trash. I can't think of anything. And you had the same problem I had, which is why when I watched the footage you sent me while I was cutting this shit together, like, yeah, that was the immediate problem I had with this movie. When the point of the movie where, and look, there's spoilers. If you want to see this movie and don't want it to be spoiled, why the fuck are you here? Get the fuck out. Because I'm about to spoil this shit right fucking now. Leave.
Yeah. We're doing total spoilers. So if you and I hate to, like, I'm not gonna tell anybody to stop watching the show, but you know, so we can keep our stream numbers up. What I will suggest you do is mute the show. Right? I'm gonna suggest you mute the show. That's why we talk about this if you don't want any spoilers. Finish talking about this movie, I'm gonna do this with my arms, and then you'll know that you can put the stream, then you can unmute it and rejoin. When you see me do this, okay, you know that I'm not talking about the movie no more. So go ahead and hit me now if you care about spoilers. If you don't care about spoilers, let's get into the shit. Let's talk some shit about this movie.
Yeah, like the shit you brought up in the thing, the whole scene where the fucking dad dies. The dad has a heart attack while fucking a family friend.
Yeah.
In the hotel room, right next to his son, who is fucking his brother's fiance. And then here's his dad in the next room and goes, I know that sound. That's my dad fucking somebody that's not my mom.
Yeah.
There's so much wrong. This is the core of this fucking movie.
Yes.
There's so much wrong with that scene. Like, first, how are you so familiar with the sounds of your dad fucking? Your dad did it wrong.
Yep.
Lock doors, put enough space between. Nobody should hear that. Don't comment on this, Zoe. I don't want to know what you know about my sounds.
Damn. Oh man, that is talk about clippable content right there. Oh shit.
There you go. If Burlap were watching, you could use that against us.
That is hilarious.
I'm waiting, Burlap. Bring it on. Come on. Give me something to work with. But yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, why? And all of that, and then after this shit happens, and this dude tells this woman, I know that voice. My dad's fucking up. He should not be cheating on my mom. It's like that scene in Black Dynamite is, I'm going to take down everybody that sells drugs to the community. But Black Dynamite, I sell drugs in the community. That was that scene, but not as funny as that. And then
it was, because it wasn't like in Black Dynamite when they did it, it was parody.
Yes.
When they did it in this movie, it was drama. And that's one of those things about Tyler Perry that infuriates me, because he will literally shift. Like, the movie will be a comedy, and then we'll just rapidly shift to being a drama, and then we'll rapidly shift back to comedy, to romance, to like a Christian movie, to a fucking musical. Like, it's like he can't decide what genre the movie is supposed to be.
Yeah, but I didn't get to the worst. Like, the thing, this is where, early in the movie, this is where I checked out, and I'm like, fuck this, I just want to go home now. When he walked out of the room to confront the people about selling drugs in his community, when he walks into the room and the dad dies, guess who the fuck magically shows up on the same goddamn floor right next to these two conveniently placed fucking rooms? Madea and her crew of shitty friends.
Yes.
To witness his dad dying.
Yeah.
No, I'm done. I was out from there. I was just shaking my head, trying to figure out why all of these fuckers were laughing after that point.
Yeah. This is one of those movies where like normally Tyler Perry movies is like, and I always compare it to a pilot, right? Flying a plane. It's like Tyler Perry knows how to get the plane off the ground. It'll reach cruising altitude, and then right around the third act, like a tail or a wing will fall off, and then the plane will plummet to the ground, killing all 147 passengers on board. Well, that's not what happened with this movie. This movie starts to take off, and then all of the luggage isn't held down, and it slides to the back of the plane, and the plane crashes upon takeoff. The plane never even gets off the fucking ground. Like, they don't even leave the jurisdiction of the airport before everybody dies on this son of a bitch.
Yeah. And Tish mentioned something very fun, because at that point, I looked over and I said, if the shitheads had not paid for me to see this movie, I would leave right now.
Yeah.
I looked over at her and said that. I forgot that I said that. I was like, I would walk out of this movie right now. So I just poured my drink heavier and settled in.
Yeah. J.C. Walker said, last time I've seen a Tyler Perry movie was Acrimony. I respect Tyler Perry as a black man in the entertainment, I'm presuming, industry. But over the years, his movies and shows have become dry as hell. The problem is that he needs writers for his shows, and that he needs a vacation to get fresh ideas. So
no, hang on.
Go ahead.
I want to talk to this dude for a second.
Lady. Man.
Yeah, lady. Listen. I also respect Tyler Perry as a black man. It stops at him being a black man. As a filmmaker, fuck Tyler Perry. As a creative, fuck Tyler Perry. As someone doing anything for our community, fuck Tyler Perry.
Yeah, he's got black people wearing blackface in all his movies.
Yes. So he is doing nothing positive. He does not need a break to get better. He needs to sit down with someone and talk about how to do something positive with the money he's earned by making us look like shit. Continue.
Yeah. Yep. Do you want me to start my rant about
start your rant? Go.
Okay.
Go. Because I'm just gonna get more and more pissed as we talk about this movie.
I think that's what the people pay for. So, Monty said something, and you didn't say it on the show yet, but you said it when we talked after you saw this movie.
Yeah.
And like, so when Shayla and I went to go watch this movie, we measured Tyler Perry movies and eye roll moments. How many times the movie made us roll our eyes, right? So this movie, I have 15 eye roll moments. Now, the reason it's 15 and not a higher number, first off, 15 times is a lot of times to roll your motherfucking eyes in a movie.
Yes.
All right. But I had to stop at 15 because at a certain point, the movie got so ridiculous that I couldn't write anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I can't write this, I can't write that, because it was too much shit happening back to back to back. And I was like, fuck, I can't do this. But Monty said something to me because he saw the movie before I did, and he said, this movie existed for one purpose, to introduce a new Tyler Perry character. And after I saw the movie, as soon as the movie comes on and I see it happen, the first note I wrote was that the characters in the movie literally introduce the new Tyler Perry character. Yep. And they talk about him in a way that's like, it's very heavy-handed and pedantic. It's like, oh yeah, you need to call down Uncle Heathrow. Uncle Heathrow, who's Uncle Heathrow? Oh, you know Uncle Heathrow. He's so wild and this and that and all this type of shit. Well, I think he's very funny and I think he's a very lovable person and blah, blah. Well, let's meet Uncle. And they literally just, it was like the discussion that the writers had in the writer's room about what his character would be. They literally just made that dialogue for the characters to introduce this new character. So Uncle Heathrow is Madea and Joe's brother, apparently, that has always existed. You know what I'm saying? He has no legs. He's in a wheelchair, and he's got a hole in his throat. So he's got one of those things that makes him talk like a robot. Like, he's one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? And he just says some wild out the box shit. He's balding, you know what I'm saying? With he's got like a Jerry curl, he's got one tooth, and he's just very like over the top and extra. And his character exists. Like the existence of his character is the reason this movie took place, because it is his side of the family that experiences the funeral. You know what I'm saying? Madea does not die in this movie. Okay, Madea will never die. Madea is going to outlive us all. Okay, like Madea is going to be here long after Stan Lee. You know what I'm saying? That sucks so hard to just like, one of these people was amazing and created like art that changed life after life after life, and the other is Tyler Perry and Madea, and it's trash. Yes. So the whole movie exists for us to know Uncle Heathrow, right? Yes. Which is,
and also, wait, I hate to cut you off real quick.
No, go for it.
Jason Pearson on Facebook just said, "God bless you, shitheads." Jason Pearson, if you're watching this show, you have an open invitation to come on here. If y'all don't know who Jason Pearson is, look him the fuck up. But if this is the same Jason Pearson I'm thinking of, because I think I'm friends with him and invited him to this.
I don't even see Jason Pearson on here.
He might be on mine. So, because I started a watch party.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
and I was watching the watch party. Like, please, come on to this show. You have an open invitation. Come on. We would love to talk some shit with you.
Anytime I'm watching a movie, right? Anytime I'm watching any movie, if there's a scene that's so bad that I have to throw the whole scene in the trash, the movie falls a whole letter grade from wherever it was at that moment. So if I'm watching a movie and it's a C, and there's a scene that's so bad you got to throw it in the trash, it falls from a C to a D, or a D to an F. Within the first 20 minutes of the movie, there's a scene that has to be thrown in the trash. It's the scene that Monty talked about. It's the hotel scene, and the scene is just like Monty said. It's as bad as he says it is. Fucking the main character.
R&D just texted us and said, "You guys remember that Tyler Perry movie where he assembled together a team of misfits to sneak past Nazi enemy lines in Paris to steal gold?" Me either, because that would have been a better movie.
Yes.
Thank you, R&D.
Yes, I saw that from R&D, and I was going to read it. You beat me to it. So, yeah, the main black bad guy in this movie is AJ. AJ is fucking his brother's fiance. He's fucking his brother's fiance in this hotel, right? And while he's fucking his brother's fiance in this hotel, he hears some fucking coming from next door to like in the room, the room right next to them. They hear fucking noises, and he hears these fucking noises and says, "I recognize those fucking noises. That's my daddy." So he stops fucking his brother's fiance so he can go address his father.
Y'all made us see this. Keep going.
His father is fucking a family friend, right? A friend of the family. Like the father is fucking this chick that's like her and the mama are like real good friends, and he's fucking. So that's who he's fucking, right? So he knocks on the door. And at the exact same moment that he comes to this realization that his father is fucking a family friend, right? His father has also just suffered a massive heart attack. And at that exact moment, Madea and Joe and Bam and Hattie Mae and all these motherfuckers all walk in at the exact same moment in the exact same floor of the exact same hotel that all this shit is happening. You got to throw that whole scene in the trash. Somebody wrote that shit and was like, this good shit. No. I don't give a damn if you like this movie or not. That's bad writing. Okay, that is bad fucking writing, right? But it gets worse because before that scene happened, there is a scene where Terry Perry, aka Brian, and Madea and Joe and Hattie Mae and fucking Bam are riding in a car from Atlanta to wherever the fuck Uncle Heathrow lives, right? And they get pulled over by the police.
Oh, fuck that scene. That scene.
Yeah.
Go.
So the way that scene plays out, and I'm not gonna get like super into it, but like in the Tyler Perry universe, Terry Perry, that's not his name, but that's what we call him. That's what Shayla and I call him. And Shayla swears that she came up with that name, and she probably did.
No, he's Terry Perry in another movie.
Okay, so Terry Perry, and that's the name like when Tyler Perry basically plays himself, like just himself with no makeup on, no wig or nothing. We call him Terry Perry. Terry Perry is an assistant DA or a DA in Atlanta, Georgia, right? They get pulled over by some police, and everybody in the car, Madea and Joe and this person, that person, are all saying, they all freak out because they got pulled over by the police. They got some weed on them, all this type of shit. So they all nervous. They about to get shot or murdered or some dumb shit like that. Brian, a.k.a. Terry Perry, is like, no, we don't have to worry about that. As long as we comply with the officer's wishes, then, we'll be fine. And, of course, the cop comes up, and it's a white cop, and he's super aggressive with them. And he's like, put your hands on the wheel. Now get your wallet. No, don't move. I told you not to move. Now get your wallet. Why aren't you complying? And it's just Tyler Perry took a very serious subject that happens in America to black people everywhere, and he made it a fucking joke. He made
and not even a funny joke. It wasn't funny.
It wasn't even a good joke.
I wanna stop before you go further. You can joke about it, but you gotta make me laugh. Like Dave Chappelle could handle a joke like that. Dave Chappelle could tell that joke.
Yeah.
And it will work.
Yeah, there's a way to do it and make it work, and he didn't do it right. Eric Fox was good, homie. I just see Eric Fox just joined the chat on Facebook. What's going on, man? Glad to have you streaming, even though you towards the back end of the show. But you get to hear us talk all this shit about this terrible fucking Madea movie that we just went and saw.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. And look, the scene is basically the classic story of black people getting pulled over by the cops. The white guy is asking them to do a bunch of conflicting shit. And then once the cops realize that Terry Perry is a DA, they let him go. Now, the whole time this scene is happening, I'm looking to my right where Shayla is sitting, and I say, hey, babe, why doesn't Terry Perry just tell the cops he's a fucking DA and this shit could be done with? That's not how the scene plays out. It's just bad writing, and I almost want y'all to see the movie so y'all can see that scene so you can see how fucking terrible it is. But I don't want to advocate anybody giving Tyler Perry any money. This shit is awful.
Yeah.
Fucking.
And Daryl or Ace Wonder. Dave Chappelle did. He told the story about him and Chip. So.
Oh yeah. That's right. He told the story about him and his white friend getting pulled over by the police, and then that's right. He was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, officer. I didn't know I couldn't do that," and the cop let him go with a warning. Yeah.
Bruce Dan says so. Michael Bay is, if Michael Bay is the Donald Trump of making movies, what does that make Tyler Perry?
Satan, if Satan was real, and not a construct of Christian imagination, yes, then he would be Satan.
Yeah. Or Tyler Perry is the Donald Trump of black, or not Donald Trump, the Michael Bay of black films.
No, he would be the Kim Kardashian of black film.
There we go.
Because for some reason, people keep giving him money, even though I don't think he's very talented.
Yeah. Like, we need to stop giving him money. And look, I'm going to say this again. Any of y'all motherfuckers that come in and go, we're just shitting on black people, we need to support black art. Black art's happening right here.
Yes.
Where the fuck are you? Why aren't you supporting it? Why are all of our patrons, I believe, I haven't checked out the newest ones, but as from last time I checked, why are all of our patrons and pretty much all the people that donate on Streamlabs, except for E Green, white people?
White people, yep.
Support black art, bitches.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to do you one better than that. Don't support black art, support good art. You know what I'm saying? Let's make art great again. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had a red hat and I could put those letters, make art great again on it. I don't know. I can't quite work it out in my head how that would work or what it would look like.
I'll send you a few more design ideas. I got some more ideas. I'll send you some. We'll come up with something.
Like, all right, so like on top of that, like you predict everything that's gonna happen like 1,000 miles away before this shit happens. And the fact that they make the movie so predictable makes me think that Tyler Perry thinks that his audience is dumb as shit. And the fact that his audience is primarily black women over the age of 25 who grew up in the church, I think that's very telling that he makes these dumbass movies for this particular crowd. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, if I'm a black woman, I would be wildly offended by these movies. As a black man, I'm definitely offended. But I also know that he doesn't make these movies for me. I like sci-fi and fantasy shit. You know what I'm saying? So I recognize that he doesn't make these fucking movies for me to watch. I mean, somebody asked me the other day, they was like, if you don't like, it's like whenever I talk to black women about Tyler Perry and I start shitting all over him, like I put my arm behind my knee and I squat and just start shitting all on his movies. You know what I'm saying? Just all the kale and quinoa bits just coming out my ass. Fucking, they be like, you be shitting all on Tyler Perry. Well, then what type of movies do you like? Like as if the beginning and end of all of the history of film and cinema ends with Tyler fucking Perry movies, right? It's like, they'd be like, hey, well, what type? Well, you don't like Tyler Perry movies. Then what type of movies do you like? Bitch, I like good movies. Okay? Stop being all cunty Brewster with me just because I don't like what you like. And don't be mad at me that the shit that you like is trash. Fuck, man.
Preach.
Damn.
Preach.
I'm all sweaty under this motherfucker right. All this shit is so wet right now with my fucking rage, man. This shit is trash. So let me go through some of my other notes on this shit.
Yes, let's get through them. And while you look, just so y'all know, there is tomorrow is going to be actually a pretty big day for the shit show. There will be uploads going on all day long, possibly into us being on the 2 other streams that we're going to be on. Like, I'm clipping out the last show and this show. Those clips are going to go up, and that's going to start becoming a weekly thing. And patrons, I will probably be chatting with y'all on a live stream while I do this, unless me and Hannibal are on the phone talking shit about a show. Then I won't be on that. But, you know, because there's a lot of the reason we started this show is because we talked on the phone a lot, and we're like, we need to monetize this. But there's still some shit we can't say live. Like, there's some conversations we can only have on the phone.
Oh yeah, Vapion, just so you guys know, I coined that term, Cunty Brewster. So you know, you might see a Cunty Brewster T-shirt. You know what I'm saying, at some point.
Write that down, Zoe, so that we remember.
Yeah. As a sidebar, the chick that played Cunty Brewster, she grew up and ended up being hot as shit.
Yes,
that's super random.
Oh, I was in Punky Brewster when I was younger. I was like
Yeah.
I thought she was back then. I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
Well, look, so and then we were talking about the terribleness of the hotel scene with the brother fucking the AJ fucking his brother's fiance, and then hearing his dad having sex with a family friend in the very next room. He knocks on the door, and his dad is having his dad has a heart attack at the same moment that Madea and crew walk up on that same room. The thing that we did not mention is that all of this is happening on his parents' wedding anniversary.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even realize that because there was all the other stuff I was processing.
Right. And see, that's what I'm saying. This is how bad these movies are, because he compounds thing after thing after thing all on top of each other. Now, look, you can probably give that a pass because at the end of the day, it's supposed to be a comedy, and comedies are all about absurdity. It's all about how extra the shit is, and you give it a pass for that, right? So that scene is trash, and the movie fell a whole letter grade because it existed, right? You know, they were going way out of their way to make AJ the bad guy in this movie. He is married to an attractive woman with nice lips and a fat ass. I won't say fat ass, a nice ass, right? And I'm bringing that up for a reason that I'm going to talk about later, right?
Okay.
But AJ, because I don't want Shayla looking at this like, oh, so you thought she had nice lips and a fat ass. No, I'm bringing that up for a reason. So, you know, don't deny me pussy later because I said this right now. All right. But look, she gonna deny me pussy later. I already know. I feel like
Shayla, fight the good fight.
Yeah. So look, they would go so out of their way to make AJ the bad guy that his wife asked him a question, like you know, she's like, "Hey, are you okay?" And he's like, "That's a stupid question. My daddy just died." Like, he's so mean to her, and just it's so much vitriol and angst for no reason.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Then there's like a scene where it's like, you know, there's the scene where it's like, you know, him and
typical mustache twirling two-dimensional villain.
Yeah.
You got it right, Rot Feast Tenders.
Yeah,
and Vapion, yes, you should become a Patreon. Why aren't you? You're like one of our favorite shitheads.
Yeah, there's a scene where it's like, after he comes home and like AJ comes to the family house where everybody's collected, and his mom is like, "Oh, where's your daddy? He was supposed to pick me up." And then the family has a conversation, and then after the conversation, he says, "Oh yeah, Dad had a heart attack. He's at the hospital." First off, why the fuck didn't you say that shit first? Second of all, he sees the bitch that was fucking his dad, and he walks her to her car, and it's like, "Yeah, me and you need to have a conversation. Don't come back around my family." And she's like, "Man, don't act like I didn't see you in there fucking your brother's girl. So you ain't gonna say shit about me. I ain't gonna say shit about you." And it's this real Days of Our Lives ass fucking General Hospital ass cliched fucking soap opera ass scene that's just, oh, it's so fucking bad. Then right after that scene happens, where he confronts the chick that was fucking his dad while she had the heart attack, and she's like, "Well, if you tell anybody I was fucking your daddy, then I'm gonna tell everybody that you was fucking your brother's fiance." In the very next scene, this nigga's brother, who is the most beautiful black man on the planet, right? Fucking, he is so attractive, it made me uncomfortable. I was like, fuck this nigga. I want to punch him in his face for being so pretty. You know what I'm saying? I felt like there's a scene in Fight Club, Monty, which you have not seen, and it is a great movie where Ed Norton beats the shit out of Jared Leto, and when he beats his ass, he says, "I just wanted to destroy something beautiful." That's how the fuck I felt looking at this nigga. Look, AJ goes up to his brother, the most beautiful black man on the planet, and says, and then his brother, in the most cliched way, says, "Hey, I want you to be the best man at my wedding."
Yes. Oh.
Get the entire fuck out of here. Get the entire fuck out.
They were just turning up the good. Turning up the good. Look, and Zoe, I know this might be if y'all want to see who the fuck Hannibal's talking about, I'm about to give you a task, Zoe. Just take Hannibal's box and just move it up or down. You'll have to adjust it for the next show. He's the dude that's sitting directly under Hannibal's box. So we're gonna keep going, but you're gonna watch Hannibal's box move around, and you're gonna see the man Hannibal's talking about.
Yeah,
it's under there.
It just like it. I just can't even. So look, and it was the whole like we've all.
Or
seen,
actually, you know what? Hannibal can keep talking. Just hide his box for a second, and then pop him back on. Keep talking, Hannibal. They just won't see you.
Y'all can see who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, and it was just that cliche of like when you're watching a romantic comedy, and it's like, you know, like the guy who gets asked to be the best man is also doing some treacherous shit to the guy who just asked him to be the best man. It's like I've seen this 1,000 times, and I've seen it told better in other movies. AJ tells his brother that he's weak, just like his mama and his daddy. And I'm like, he said, you weak, just like your mom and your daddy. Nigga, ain't that your mama and daddy too? The fuck? How you gonna tell him he weak because his mom and daddy weak, but y'all got the same mom and daddy? This is just bad writing, y'all. And then I stopped writing down shit because it was so much to write. Y'all hear I'm losing my voice because this shit been having me pissed off for a couple fucking days now, right? At the end of the movie, the mama realizes, you know, that the daddy been cheating on her this whole time. And then she talks about how...
But wait, no, she said she knew, didn't she?
Yeah, she said she knew that he was cheating on her the whole time. And, I mean, you know, or that he had cheated on her with other women in the past. Not specifically that particular one. Because, of course, there's the big reveal where the hoe that was fucking the daddy fucking ends up... the hoe that was fucking the daddy ends up telling the whole during the funeral repast where the whole family is at the house eating food and celebrating his life and shit like that. Of course, the hoe comes out then and it was like, yeah, I was fucking daddy. And AJ is fucking Pretty Boy's fiance. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the mama goes into this monologue where she talks about how people think that she was weak.
Penultima just streamlabbed us and said, stop holding back. Be free with your emotions, man. We'll all support you.
It's funny because I'm mad. So fucking, it's like the mama has this monologue where she talks about how she could have left this bum-ass, cheating-ass, husband-ass nigga, but she stayed with him because that made her a strong woman. She stayed with the nigga that was cheating on her because that made her a strong woman.
Yes.
But then in the very next scene, AJ begs his wife. He's like, look, I'm sorry. I know I've been cheating on you with my brother's girl, and I'm sorry I did that. I don't want to lose you. And then she leaves her husband, and her leaving her husband makes her strong. But the mama was strong for staying with her cheating husband, but AJ's wife with the pretty lips and the fat ass is strong for leaving her cheating husband. This is the logic that does not exist in the Tyler Perry movies. But here's the thing. It's not supposed to make sense. What he's doing is he's fucking pandering to all the women in the audience because the women in the audience have either been cheated on and stayed, so those women feel like they're empowered because he said so, or they got cheated on and left, and they're empowered for leaving.
He buried one message he buried two messages into one. I'll give him props on that. That's smart, evil wizardry, Tyler Perry.
Yeah. And hold up. It's like during the mom's monologue, she says she's strong for staying with the cheating husband, and now she's going to start living life for herself. Someone in the theater yells, "Amen, girl. That's right, girl." If y'all have seen my face and seen the level of anger on my brow was so furloughed, okay? I was so angry in that moment. I was like, I wanted to go find that woman and throw drinks on her like it was Real Housewives or someplace, bro. I was so fucking angry. And then after that scene happens, right? Like when AJ's wife is trying to decide whether or not she's going to stay with his cheating ass or not. Tyler Perry, Madea and Bam and one of the other characters, they say, well, look, you a pretty woman and you got a fat ass. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I brought up her nice lips and her ass, right? Because Tyler Perry says if a woman is ugly and ain't got no ass, then she can tolerate being cheated on. But you cute and you got a fat ass, so you should not tolerate that shit. This is real dialogue that he wrote in his fucking movie. So you mean to tell me if a bitch is ugly, she should tolerate being cheated on, but if she nice looking and got a fat ass, then she don't got to deal with that shit? That's what I'm saying. Black women, listen to me. Listen to me. Look at my fucking face when I'm talking to y'all, all right? Why the fuck are y'all supporting his movies? That nigga is a monster, all right? He does not love y'all. He just wants your fucking money, all right? And then the movie ends with a reveal that the whole time the daddy was cheating on the mama was cheating on the daddy with Mike Tyson. And the movie ends. Fuck that movie. Fuck that movie.
I forgot all about Mike Tyson. That's almost that's worse than The Rock. Actually,
and wait, she comes in the house and all she sees all her kids still in the house. Oh, y'all all still here? Well, I just came to get my hoe bag. The mama called it her hoe bag.
She did.
You know what I'm saying? And then she grabs her overnight bag and she's going to Vegas with her boo, which is Mike Tyson. And that is how the movie ended.
Yep. I forgot about the whole bag and the Mike Tyson. Like I said earlier, I checked out at the fucking hotel scene. I stayed the whole time, but I'm like, no, none of this. None of this.
Terrible.
None of it.
Oh my God. Terrible. Like, I don't know if it's
look,
F minus.
Like,
right now it's an F minus.
Yeah, I'm glad you sort of laid out your case that you've actually seen it, because research and development told me that he had it on good authority that you did not actually watch this movie. This is what I was hearing today, and I think I tweeted about it. He claims that he was claiming that you just went to the movie and handed someone a mask and paid them to sit and watch it. So, but I hear it's right, and I want to.
Wish I did that. I wish I was clever enough to have thought about that shit first.
Yeah, and I also want to shout out Vapion, our newest Patreon. Welcome. Hey. You are no longer just simply a shithead. You are now a shith lord. Welcome. Welcome.
Yeah.
Let the power of the shit consume you.
Yes. This is it was just like, it was like a amen girl, you go girl, like shut your dumb ass up. Like, I was like, when Shayla and I walked out the movie, there was an usher, and I wish Shayla was close by so she could confirm this. When we walked out the theater, there was an usher, and she said, "You guys have a good day." And I said, "That movie was fucking awful."
Fuck, I should have kept that in the video. I got video of it.
Yeah. I did. I recorded myself saying that shit.
Yeah, I got video of it.
Yeah, I when I walked out the theater, the usher was like, "Y'all have a good day." I said, "That movie was fucking awful. It was fucking awful." And Sheila was just like, "Why?" I was so fucking mad. It's such a bad movie. Look, Tyler Perry is just trying to he makes shit movies that pander to his demographic. He tells them what they want to hear. And the message that he's giving them is just, it's not a positive message. There are no happy black people. There are no positive relationships in these movies. All he does is perpetuate the negative stereotypes about black people and those heavy-handed moral messages that he likes to give. It's like, oh yeah, if you cute, then you shouldn't tolerate being cheated on. So all you ugly bitches, you know what I'm saying, out there, you got to tolerate that shit. First off, you got to find out if you're ugly or not. But luckily, Tyler Perry's definitely straight self can tell you if you're attractive or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I wanna hit some questions from the chat. Dragon in the West says, which is higher on the Jesus meter, this movie or a Pure Pictures flick? I haven't seen a Pure Pictures flick, so I can't.
There's one. I think there's one of those shits coming out on Easter because they kept showing the fucking trailer for that shit.
Yes, where Luke Cage is playing the evil atheist that becomes better because he finds God, and the very last scene of the movie will be him sitting with the family and the pastor.
Yeah,
because the kid came back to life.
It's the movie where God told him how to save this child's life that fell under like a frozen lake or some shit. Yeah. And they said that this kid was unconscious underwater for like 15 minutes.
Yeah. And they said it's based on a true story in the trailer. I want to fact check this.
So here's the thing. I think random shit like that happens all the time. I think the human body is an amazing machine.
Yeah.
And there are lots of instances where crazy shit like that happens and people fucking survive. But understand, those situations are the exception, not the fucking rule.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not the rule. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a shithead and you're watching this show, under no circumstances are you to go playing around on a frozen lake and then fall through the lake and be unconscious for 15 minutes.
Yeah, because don't do that. We don't recommend it.
Right, because there's a high probability that God won't save you.
Yeah,
you
and look,
you will just drown.
I'm gonna put it this way. I'm not saying I'm right, but I think if our go-to Scientist Mel, were to chime in with her opinion, I think she would agree with us.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. Like I'll send her an email tomorrow and ask, and I'll post it in the community thread.
I also got to point out, J.C. Walker said on Facebook, she said, "You sound like me when I seen Acrimony." Fuck that movie.
All right? Acrimony was garbage.
Fuck that fucking movie. Like, I still have so much vitriol and angst in me from the Tyler Perry show that I didn't get off my chest because it was a 5-hour show.
Yeah. And I wanna hit the other question. And first I'll say Vapion gave us his welcome. He said, "You guys deserve it." Thank you, Vapion. Still, you're awesome.
Thank you very much, Vapion.
And right before Vapion's was Jawan Hart said, "How many amens and yes girls did you hear during the movie?"
Not a lot. Not as
I
many
didn't hear a lot either.
Yeah, But to be fair, I went and saw this movie in Hiram, Georgia, which is not a place that black people frequent. And I saw this shit on like a Thursday afternoon. So if I'd have saw this like Friday night in like College Park or Camp Creek or some shit like that, I might have had a whole different experience. Matter of fact, I might have hated the movie more if that's possible.
Yeah. So there you go. And Thrift Store Dan, we don't have a stream goal for PureFlix movies. That might come up. That's a torture episode that could come up. We're just trying to shy away from, at least for a month or two, to not have to watch or listen
Monty,
to something.
Hold on 1 second, Monty. Hold on 1 second.
What's that?
That's me letting people know that we stopped doing the spoilers.
All right. There we go. All right. So
now they know to unmute.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Because they paid attention that long, they didn't just go to bed. All right. But Thrift Store Dan, that might be a thing that's coming up. We were just trying to take a break from having to watch like 30 movies or listen to 9 fucking albums of something. Like, let's do something that's a little easier, and then we will grind again on something ridiculous. But the other stuff is ridiculous and still torturous. So, y'all are picking the topic, not this time. Probably next month's torture episode. But patrons will get to vote on it. I'm going to throw all that stuff up. PureFlix will be in that vote.
Dragon in the West asked a great question. He said, if the Jesus meter was a drinking game, how trashed would you be after the movie? That's a great question, and I have an answer for it. On average, you would be dead after this. You would die. Your kidney would stop working. If you had to do a shot of liquor, of any liquor of your choosing, right, you would be completely wasted because you know, and I'm just running through some of the numbers right now. Madea, the Madea family funeral had 24 Jesus mentioned. Nobody's Fool only had 2, so you'd be all right on that one. Acrimony only had 2, you know, and that's a terrible movie. Boo 2 had 22 references. Boo 1 had 56 mentions, right? What else? I'm not gonna do a lot of these. Single Moms Club actually didn't do any. So you know, shout out to Single Moms Club. I didn't even count them in Madea Christmas. Temptation, Confessions of a Marriage Counselor had 46 Jesus on the Jesus meter. It had so many. So and then in a lot of Tyler Perry movies, there's usually a character that is related to someone who works in the church or works closely.
Oh shit!
With
I didn't even
church.
realize that. Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know, in a lot of his movies, the dark-skinned black guy is the bad guy. The light-skinned female is the bad guy. There are no positive relationships between anybody. Every couple is having a problem in his movies. Think of every terrible black thing, bad thing that could happen to a woman, and give it to every black character in the movie, and it's happening all the time in real time. It's terrible. It's terrible. And you know, keep in mind, I also have the Madea to English dictionary that has been actively translated.
All of you patrons will be getting a print copy of that, probably with the next shipment I send out, if I can get it all designed and printed.
And I added 3 more terms to the dictionary.
I was about to tell you had to add some more.
Yeah, I added 3 more. So yeah, you're not gonna like. Look, I was before this show, I was driving Lyft right before the show, making some extra cash because I'm trying to go out of town next week. Also, I'm gonna be in Austin, Texas, March 15th, at this place called the Bat Bar. So if you're in Austin, Texas for South by Southwest, you know, drop me a line. We can hang out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we can hang out and shit. If you're in Austin, Texas, if you're in that area, or if you're gonna be there for South by Southwest. But I was driving Lyft and I was talking to my last customer was this white woman named Chandler, right?
Okay, right. White woman named Chandler?
White woman named Chandler.
All
and
right.
as I was talking to Chandler, I think it was her last name. I think her name was like Katie or something like that. I don't know if it's Katie. That just sounds like a white woman name. So just fucking Katie. So I was talking with Katie Chandler, and I don't know if that's a real name. I had to stop saying that shit. But I was talking with her, and I was talking to her about the podcast and our torture episodes, and I told her that last month we did our torture episode was all the Tyler Perry episodes, and she was like, I've never seen any of his movies. And I was like, and you fucking shouldn't. You should not. You should not see any of his movies. If you like good movies, you should not see his movies. You know what I'm saying?
That's
best movie,
the exact response that I have to people when they say that.
The best movie he has is a D+.
Yep.
You know, Monty might say
C-.
one is a C-.
Yeah.
You know, I think Good Deeds is probably the movie in his catalog that I'm the least embarrassed by. You know, and that's also very telling because in that movie, Tyler Perry plays Tyler Perry. He's not in drag. He's not playing like 18 different characters. You know what I'm saying? He's playing himself in a dramatic role. Good Deeds is Tyler Perry's version of The Pursuit of Happiness. And honestly, you should just watch The Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah.
It's the better movie. But, you know, Good Deeds is the least terrible movie in his catalog. And if anybody says anything else, they are lying to you. They are lying and they are wrong. All right?
Yep. Facts.
Yes. And to answer Vapion, someone picked the Josie and the Pussycat dolls. Josie and the Pussycats, right?
Yes.
Movie as a female comic book. So yeah, there's still some shit left to come.
Yeah. And y'all get to pick the next few, and I will post that as soon as I wake up in the morning. And Hannibal should be going live to tell you what your choices are.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna do that. Like as soon as we finish this show, I'm gonna go live, and you guys are gonna see me pick those movies. You know what I'm saying? Live.
And y'all have to vote.
And you guys have to vote because we're gonna close the voting tomorrow night.
Tomorrow before we go on Drunken Peasants. How about that?
Yeah,
Voting closes.
tomorrow,
whatever time that is.
So like 9 o'clock tomorrow, 9 Eastern, 8 Central.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is in Mountain Time. I don't count mountains, so fuck them for having their own time. You ain't special mountains.
Hey, we might have some Mountonians in the chat. I'm sorry if Hannibal's being a dick to you. I still love you. Yeah. So stick around for me. Stick around for me.
Yeah, Dragon in the West said, actually, Tyler Perry wasn't in Star Trek Into Darkness. He was in Star Trek. He was in the first J.J. Abrams Star Trek. He wasn't in the second one.
There you go. There you go.
You know, and that's another reason that I know Tyler Perry knows that he makes shit movies, because he's in the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie. He's in Gone Girl, and he was in Vice. 2 of those 3 movies were nominated for Best Picture, and Star Trek was nominated for an Oscar for special effects. So he knows good movies when he sees them. He is specifically making shit films, and I'm still really mad about Tyler Perry in these fucking movies. Yes. All right, I ain't got nothing else to say.
All right, I've exhausted all mine either. I saw somebody said something earlier I wanted to respond to. I've been watching the chat. This show has been, like, I'm glad, other than the torture of watching this movie, thank you, shitheads, for getting us to a point where we did an extra episode, because even though we weren't on topic for the first one and we got on topic for this one, we've been able to go kind of back to roots and have just me and Hannibal sitting around talking shit with y'all. And we need to do more of these shows. If y'all want to see more shows that are like this, I'm actually going to put a poll up to see if y'all like us with guests, and we're going to start polling to see which guests you like. Like, that's a thing. We might, I haven't told Hannibal about this, but we might start putting it after a show. We'll throw a poll up and let y'all say what you thought about that guest. Like,
oh man, that could get real messy real fast. I kind of like it.
Look, if you're gonna come on the shit show, the shitheads will judge you. Like, what do y'all think about that? Let me know. Do I need to put a poll up to see what y'all think about that? Because I think that might be a way to do it. Like, right after the show, the day after, there's a poll that says, what did you think of this guest? And that'll let us know what you think and who to bring back on. So, but I kind of like this just roots. I kind of like me and Hannibal talking. This is why we started this show. This is why I love this show. Like, this is my other brother. Like, I had my brother Kamikaze on, and then he left and put Tosh on. And I enjoyed Tosh, but it wasn't Kamikaze. I'm looking at you, Kamikaze. The nigga that hit me in the head with a boombox when I was 15.
There is no backstory for that. Just that instance, that was it. For no reason at all, black on black violence.
Yeah. He blacked out. Like, I forgot his name, but he just blacked out. He's like, boombox to the head. I didn't do anything. I was just sitting there playing Super Mario Brothers. Come on, man. Ain't no reason to hit me like that.
Well, if you were using too many warp zones to get ahead in the game and not playing level for level, I'd have bust you inside your head too.
See,
bust your head to the motherfucking white meat.
Yeah, you see, that's what proves that me and Hannibal, we probably are actually related. We could have grown up together as cousins, because I was the type of nigga that did that shit to my cousins. I would figure out what your buttons were, and I'd just push them. Be like, oh, you don't like that? Let's see how much you don't like it. And, and you know, Kamikaze showed me how much he didn't like it.
Yeah, bust you in your head. All right.
That's what I do, though.
And with that being said, I'm gonna keep promoting it until everybody watches it. If you go on Hulu, search Chef Jeremiah Bullfrog's Fork It. Episode 7 features yours truly, Hannibal the Beat motherfucking Hannibal. So, you know, Hulu, Chef Jeremiah Bullfrog's Fork It, Episode 7, I am on that motherfucker, representing my production team, Team MFN. Shout out to my brothers Ace One of the Influence, Johnny Facebook Famous, Brasco, who we've not had on the show yet. Next week, I will be in Austin, Texas next Friday for South by Southwest, performing at the Bat Bar. I'll give you guys more information about that on Wednesday's show that we have with Tex Area and Billy the Fridge, as we rank all of the we're gonna rank a fourth of the female comic book movies that have come out,
and y'all get to vote on some.
Yeah, and you guys get to vote on which ones we're going. I'm gonna do that live stream right now, and tomorrow at about 9 o'clock, Monty and I will be on the Drunken Peasants, and before that, we will be on the Geek Room's 24-hour broadcast.
We don't know what time yet. We'll let you know what time.
Yeah, we don't know what time. You know, and there's a great a segment on this show that I really hope I get to see live while I'm there. So
yes.
Yeah.
So and before we roll in the credits, I until we get the credits working right, before I get to this part, I just want to say, Hannibal, always awesome. This is the first time it's just been us since our very first shit show. I don't know if you realize that. Yeah,
it is, and no mistakes. It was a smooth show.
Yes, and Vapion said Taraxis already best guest. You got hearts in your eyes, dude. That's it, dude. I see it.
Yeah.
She'll be here. But this has been a good show. I enjoyed the fuck out of this. Thank y'all shitheads for this. And if the credits don't roll right, our lovely producer Zoe has gone ahead and written down what the credits will say. So I'm gonna read all this shit out to you in case it doesn't work, because you might be looking at a bullshit stream after you hear Birdman. But deal with it. So first off, we're going to thank all the new subscribers that came from this episode, which was only one. Anna Harris, thank you. New patrons. Anna. Yeah, new patrons that popped up. Vapion and Tech.
Yes.
Thanks a bunch. And I can't forget Will. You didn't write that one down because he came before the stream. But Will Jones. Vapion Tech and Will Jones. 3 patrons this episode. That's a fucking record for us. Thank y'all.
Thank you guys so much for like I tell people all the time, my What's Eating Hannibal yesterday was about emotional support. Emotional support is not a real thing. You know, like there's actual support. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you guys are showing us, and we appreciate that wholeheartedly. I hope that we can continue to entertain you guys week in and week out, and hopefully we'll start doing two or three shows a week. Lord knows we got enough shit to talk about. My mom says I'm cursed with the gift of gab. So
yes. And also I'll thank everybody that sent us Streamlabs, which was Penultima, Trevion, Thrift Store Dan, and Anonymous wasn't actually Anonymous. Anonymous was, you're not looking at this, so you did your job right. I found Mr. Tight. Thank y'all.
Mr. Tight was Anonymous. Okay, gotcha.
Yes. Thank y'all so much. Unless I read that wrong and Mr. Tight wanted to be anonymous, I am so sorry, Mr. Tight. No refunds.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And look, and thank you for everybody that's still watching the show. Thank you for JC Walker watching us on Facebook, Nova H, Penultima, Jawan Hart, Vapion, Shegro. Hold on, I'm trying to see everybody. Rock Feast Tenders, Adam E.
Yeah, y'all let us know if Reese is okay. I haven't seen Reese in 2 shows.
Yeah, I haven't seen Reese either, so I just want to make sure he's all right.
Yeah.
This is one of them times when we need somebody's phone number so we can get in contact with him, just to make sure he's all right. With the Batman, Dragon in the West, all you guys, Thrift Store Dan, we love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. That's it. I don't got nothing else to say. Monty, you got something?
No, I'm done. I said it all. What does Birdman have to say? Let's see.
This was a shit show.
Y'all finished or y'all done? I ain't got no more talking.